At Mental4Moto, our mission is to give the unsung heroes of Aussie motocross a voice. From grassroots racing right through to the biggest events in the country, sharing the stories you won't hear anywhere else. If you're interested in the advertising packages that we have available, or just want to show your support, please check out our website, www.mental4moto.com, and we can tailor a package to suit your needs. Now, let's get on with the show.
There were times I was lost, dark had fear, couldn't see through the rain. In the end it was clear, hit the fan. I was more than one man who was there to lend a hand. Together we'd stand, always had my back, my guardian soldier. Team pulled together, united we conquer. Blessed is he who in the name of charity carry me when I'm weak straight through the valley of darkness. Pitch blackness, the heartless, regardless, fear couldn't part us. Thick and thin, there by my side. At times we collide, but in the end we ride. Thick and thin, there by my side. At times we collide, but in the end we ride. We ride, ride.
Welcome back, Moto fans. We've got another great show lined up for you guys today. Before we get into it, a massive thanks to our partners here at Mental4Moto, Fastline Suspension, Southeast Pools, Wolf Building Compliance, Iro Helmets, Ultimate Toy Haulers, and the August sponsor of the Mental4Moto Motocross and Supercross wall calendars, JT Plumbing. Now, I've got two riders joining me in the Moto Asylum today. The first one needs no introduction. He's back to try get me cancelled again, and fresh off a second place in MX1 in the Victorian Motocross Championship. Welcome back, Seth Jackson.
What's going on, Pete? Thanks for having me back on again.
It's all going on, but we'll cover that. And joining us for the first time in the Moto Asylum, he is the All Powers and MX2 A-grade Victorian Motocross champion, the Baylin Townsend.
Thank you very much, Pete. Thank you.
It's good to have you, man. We've spoken about this a lot of times, but it's good to actually have you in the studio.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Start off, you're nervous or ready to go?
Yeah, definitely nervous.
Yeah,
a bit different to the phone call that I want to have.
No, you got nothing to be nervous about. And you train with a lot of these superstars, so we want all the inside goss. Just going to put you on the spot. Yeah.
Get me thinking.
Yeah, so we just finished the ProMX and the last round of the Victorian Championship. So I'll start with you, Seth. What's happening and what is the plan for the coming weeks and months now?
Well, as it's all wrapped up right now, probably just going to do a few local races for some fun. Got the Sandmasters lined up in about a week and a half, and I want to do a few rounds of Supercross this year. Not sure how many we're going to be able to get to, but the plan is definitely to do some and get some training in it at the minimum. Yeah.
So you've got suspension, bike, mechanic, travel, everything lined up, or is it just a dream at this stage?
It's a dream at this stage. I haven't done anything, but within probably 2 weeks, I'll probably look at getting the suspension done. And then, I guess we'll go from there.
Very nice. And what about you, Baylin?
Look, chasing some suspension at the minute just for motocross though, so have a few days off.
Yep.
But still stay into it, really. It's easier to keep doing it at the minute with what I'm doing, so no point, having time off or stop riding because, the rain makes it difficult, but just keep riding and keep trying to get better, I suppose.
Keep your edge.
Yeah, that's the one.
And come into next season.
Keep comfortable.
Be better than everyone.
Don't forget what you've learned all year.
Yeah.
Did you guys celebrate your respective victories at the Vic MX Championship?
No, haven't yet. It's going to come. There'll be one day, but I'm not too sure. It hasn't come just yet.
Have you won a Victorian Championship before?
No. That's my first A-grade podium, A-grade title. I got third in C-grade small wheel 85, 2017 maybe, and that's as far as my Vic.
Really?
Yeah, that's as far as my Vic goes.
Well, congratulations, mate. Yeah. I actually thought you'd won a little bit more in between that.
Won a Gippy World title on the 125, and that's it. So that was age group in the Gippies, so that's my first A-grade title, yeah.
Yeah, well, the Gippies trumps everything else.
It does.
Yeah, world title, mate.
Yeah. What about you, Seth?
I've actually got him on that one. 85 small wheel C grade 2016. I won the title in the state. And then the next year, B grade, I also won that too. Yeah. And then as soon as I hit A grade, I just fell off. I should have just retired then and there.
Does C and B grade Victorian Championships actually count?
Yeah, I was thinking
No.
about it.
Not at all.
But you're going to claim it?
Just sandbagged the shit out of those two pretty much.
Yeah.
And then hit A grade and just sucked.
The only difference between the trophy is the letter.
Yeah, full on.
So as far as coming second in MX1, was your dad happy?
Nah, actually, he was happy about it. But after the last race, I think I was running in third or something for like half the race, and I was already pretty smoked from the whole weekend. I was getting so loose, and I'm like, I'm not gonna die out here for absolutely no reason. I'm just gonna reel it in. I had like 3 massive moments. Like so I reeled it into like 6 or something.
Yeah, and you weren't catching Jack Kenny.
Nah, I wasn't catching Jack Kenny. And then he was just like, oh, so we're just riding the worst we've done all weekend now. We've gone backwards on the bike changes. And I'm like, before we went out, we said that, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just try mail it in and keep it safe.
Yeah, just mail it in and keep it safe. But no, he's happy with it. He's happy with that for sure.
Yeah. Well, that last round, were you nervous, Baylin, like getting out there, or did you had a decent points lead, didn't you, coming in?
Yeah, had a moto in, but I was pretty confident. You know, I had good thoughts all week, so it was good compared to I was in a bit of a spot in the middle of the year, and I don't know, struggled with a little bit of confidence, but that was, I don't know, I felt like I'd already won it in a way, but just had to race. But I was confident, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't too nervous.
That confidence didn't go out the window when you saw Kimbo get off the line?
Nah, look, he actually told me Friday, he said, I've got a secret I'm trying on the start. And on Saturday, I said, how'd that go? And he said, nah, I'm saving it for tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So that got him the first two, but I pipped him on the last one.
Yeah.
So, no, the nerves were running a little bit. Didn't want to let him beat me, but I don't know. He's riding well, though. He's
that was
improved a
unreal,
lot,
yeah. Do you know what his secret is? Because you definitely want to be stealing
Look,
that off
I
the
asked it
start.
for him, but I don't even know if that was the secret in action. So.
Man, he was railing at the start of those motos. That was just, insane. I've never seen him ride like that. That was very cool.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
So this was your first year, like really, chasing it.
Yeah.
Getting to the grind. You had year 12 last year, so kind of mixed priorities. What was that year like for you? Like looking back now, you trained with Beaton's Pro Formula, some of the best riders in the country. Looking back now, was it a success? Did you end up where you wanted to be?
Oh, it's amazing being able to ride 4 days a week. Like just to ride and focus on your riding and be productive with your riding and actually see the improvements. Like having, going to school the 5 days a week and then riding in between and whatever else, you get a bit distracted and then the training days become a little less productive and unfit, I suppose. So, you get to the end of the moto and you're just riding.
Yeah.
You're trying to
Surviving, yeah.
Yeah, but this year you can moto for 25 minutes and moto and think about it and improve and, try and chase that. So it's a heaps better way to do it.
Yeah, so you're still thinking about fixing your lines and different choices and what you're actually doing when you're out there at the end of the moto?
You go into the day with a goal to improve something, whether it's your eyes or if you are changing something in the moto, your lines or, something bad, have a drop in the elbows or something like that. But you can think about it all day without getting distracted. Once you get tired, you get distracted instantly.
Yeah. So you stepped up this year to MX2.
Yeah.
What was your goal coming into that? Because MX2 this year is absolutely no joke certainly at the ProMX level.
Yeah, 100%. The top 15 and a few top 10s, but the top, I suppose neither of them happened, to be honest. But the Wednesday before Wonthaggi, round 1, I ran over my foot and, thought I broke it. So to line up from there, that just put it behind straight away. But still, I got a 13th, I think, in one of the motos. So that was definitely a good start, a good foot to go off. I suppose the other foot.
Yeah.
But,
no pun intended, yeah.
I only made it one more round before I tore my AC joint in my shoulder, so that put us further behind,
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. But then to come back and the last 2 rounds just put in 2 solid good motos, 15, 14, 15, 15. So that was what I was after, and to get back there in the middle of the season, I think I was happy with.
So when you look back at the year now, do you look at it as a success?
Yeah, you suppose you look at it wanting more, but sometimes you just got to look at it. I'm living, and that was what my goal was. So
yep,
you got to be happy with it.
So what's the goal for next year then, if you've thought that far ahead, after this year? Is your next sort of step to consolidate that top 15 or to push towards a top 10?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I suppose you'd have to see how preseason goes, but then top 10 is what you'd next chase. Like, get that, be in the top 10 every moto.
Yeah. And you've had a whole year now of training with guys like Dylan Walsh and Alex Larwood and Cade Kingsford. Do you think that level is attainable for you when you ride with them and train with them?
I don't know. I done a lot of thinking about that this year. Like, I've had the best opportunity to do it, like I've got, ride with the best people, get to ride every day. And I never really thought much of it until my last year at school. You got to think about what you want to do. And I suppose when you ride with them and you hang out with them, you just realise that they are normal dudes too.
Yep.
So it is possible. Just depends just how hard you work, I suppose, and how well that treats you getting there.
You just got to keep chipping away at it.
Yeah. See how long you can stay in it and just build.
Yeah.
Just build on it.
So is next year going to be a repeat of this year in terms of your program?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to have another crack?
As close as it can be, yeah.
Yeah, and what about you, Seth? Like, when you look back at your year now, I think you've had some pretty good successes as well. But how do you look at your year in the mirror?
It was all right. Definitely started off slow. Switching bike brands like 4 weeks out before the first ProMX wasn't ideal at all. And then only really got it set up probably the week of the first round. So spent a lot of the early rounds kind of just learning and getting used to the bike. But throughout I felt a little bit better, but still was just struggling on more the hard pack conditions. Whenever it was loamy or sandier conditions, I just felt so good. I just couldn't replicate that feeling on hard pack, which most of the races were on. But I still had some decent rides and whatnot, but probably not where I wanted to be, but was still working hard for it, and I'll still keep doing the same for next year,
When you look at those challenges, is that a you thing or a bike thing?
I don't know.
Bit
Probably
of both?
me. Yeah, a bit of both.
Because, we've spoken about it. You eat really well. You train flat out.
Yeah.
You work a full-time job like a lot of privateers, but you do ride as much as you can.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I definitely probably need to ride a bit more. On the week, I was trying to, during the season, ride both days on the weekend, and I'd try to get a midweek in. But sometimes it was hard with traveling to and from races and in between and stuff like that to try to get that 3-day ride weekend. So definitely struggled with bike time a little bit. But yeah, I was working hard doing everything else, keeping fit and eating well and stuff like that. And I know it's going to pay off soon. I just need to kind of all piece it together at one stage. And I feel like if I get a proper preseason in, then I can start off the year strong and build from there.
Well, same question for you when you look at the group of riders that have been just ahead of you at the track. And for you, I think it's a little bit different because there's been times where you've been, up with the next faster group of guys, and then other times where you seem to be a little bit off the pace. But for you, is that achievable on a consistent level for you, do you think?
Yeah, for example, at Traralgon, I was hanging with Damon Urbacher and I wasn't too far off Riley Fitzpatrick and guys
Connor
like
Rosendich,
them.
yeah.
And then Connor Rosendich, I was riding with him for the whole moto, one of the races. And they're guys that have been inside the top 10 before. And at Traralgon, I wouldn't say I was having an insane race. I just was riding somewhat like myself and was able to hang with them. So I just got to try and repeat that on other surfaces, I guess.
Yeah, more consistently.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's achievable, but definitely a lot of learning to do on the conditions that aren't in my favour.
And for you, Baylin, you train with the Beaton's Pro Formula crew, as we already said, but that program has, I guess, been responsible for a lot of champions and a lot of success. What do you think it is about that program that is so successful and creates such solid riders?
Oh, it's hard to put it down to one thing, but it's a good group of people. They're all doing it together. Everyone's chasing the same goal to win, and they ride together, do everything, every moto, go home, wash the bike, whatever. But then they come back and it's gym together, cycle together, and then everyone's got the same goal.
Yeah.
So it makes that easy. There's no one's doing anything different really. Everyone's doing the same thing. And
you guys represent privateers, factory guys, all different teams. Is there camaraderie there? Do you help each other out and talk, or is it just you go about your business, they go about their business? What's the the whole dynamic like and the
Oh,
vibe
look,
like?
for myself, I don't have any secrets, you know. Privateers don't, you
Yep.
know, they're not got to hide anything. But between the factory guys, you know, between KTM and Honda, I wouldn't really know how much they share. But like at the track, you know, everyone's talking about the lines and what they're doing and what works and what doesn't. So I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, giving away false secrets. Oh, that line's really good.
Yeah. No.
It's the shittest line getting around. Well, we just came off the fourth round of the Victorian Championship with a return to Broadford. So I'm assuming both you guys have raced out there before?
Nah, first time for me ever been there.
Oh, wow. Yep, the
Yeah.
iconic Broadford motocross track, and it's your first time.
Yeah, first time ever.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
raced out there, Baylin?
Yeah, I've been out to a Junior Vics, must have been 2024. There, that was my first race there.
Well, it's got a pretty storied, background. I think they had MXGPs out there, and they've had, ProMXs out there. But what were your thoughts of the track, how it was on the weekend, and how it shaped up?
Yeah, I thought Morgan done a really ripper job, to be honest. Like the way he kept the rain in it for Saturday was really cool, and how it formed up was nice, like a nice racetrack.
Yeah, I agree. It was a really fast, racy track. Definitely enjoyed it a lot. Some of the downhills were pretty cool because there was a gap builder, like in between people who wanted to be a pussy and not flying down those hills. So that was pretty cool about it. And it shaped up quite well. Some of the corners that you thought might be a bit one-lined had a few lines going through them, so that was good. But the roost bloody hurt.
Yeah. So what is it about the route? I mean, the route. What is it about the roost? The start straight obviously had heaps of rocks in it. The rest of the track didn't look too bad. Why was the roost so bad? Is it just the type of dirt?
Yeah, look, well, to be honest, the start straight's no problem because everyone's next to each other. But once you go up that back straight, that is... You click,
Up the hill after those tabletops.
Yeah, that tabletop, you click top gear and then you're wide open to that. So you're going as fast as you can do, and you just got to duck and hold on if you don't get the start.
Yeah. Did you guys end up with, were you bleeding? Like, I saw some of a few riders had, they were full on bleeding around their arms and shoulders and shit where that roost had hit.
I got out of it all right. I whole shotted half my races, but when I wasn't up front or the next lap around going up that hill was pretty bad. Like I've got a bunch of kind of mini cuts on my arms, but it was not that bad. But it fucking hurt, that's for sure.
Yeah. What about you when you're running down Kimber?
Nah, look, I done well. I got a little bruise on my collarbone, and that's about it. Even after the two Queensland rounds, I done really well there somehow.
Yeah.
My arms were sweet, to be honest.
Well, there's been a bit of talk about potentially having a ProMX next year at Broadford, which is super cool. In your opinion, you've both raced ProMX. What do you think they would have to change, if anything, to have a ProMX out there to make that a good racy track and make it better than it sort of was on the weekend?
I feel like maybe the start, I don't know, I feel like a 40-man gate on that start. I feel like the first turn is quite narrow and the straight's short too. I feel like everyone's going to be there all of a sudden.
You just got to get the whole shot.
Yeah. But I feel like there might be a bit of doing some track detours and stuff in the first turn.
Yeah.
I don't really know how you would go about changing that though, that makes it difficult, and then it seems quite narrow, but the way it was Saturday, it's not far off a national, I suppose.
Yeah.
If it was what I think Job Dunn set the fastest lap time of a 1:32, and
That's unbelievable. We were looking at the lap times before, 1:32.
Yeah, that's for him. And then at the track, even he's with the beaten, so his at the tracks, Jed's normally 7 seconds faster than us, I suppose. So that's a short lap for the top.
Wow, and because it's not a short track.
It doesn't feel short, nah.
No, I believe Morgan said it was 2Ks, so that is
just
a very
so
long
fast.
track.
Yep. So what was your best lap time out there? Like a 1:38 or 1:39?
Well, we could have turned this off to say this, but on Saturday when Joe was out there, we done a 1:36.
Yep.
In our qualifying, but then Sunday we're doing 1:34s.
Okay, 1:34s, yeah.
So they made it a little bit better, but you can never really compare the track. But
Yeah, of course. That's still fast.
It is fast, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think he was so fast out there? It's just he's on it.
Oh, look, there would have been a little bit in being the first one on the track, but Job is unreal at the minute.
Yep.
He is riding so well, especially on that harder dirt. He's only up the road. He lives on the same road.
Yeah.
So You know, but he is riding so well at the minute.
Fired up after his dad did like the topless 15-second board. Is that what it was? Yeah.
That must have been a celebration. Yeah.
Yeah. No, unreal. And what about you, Seth? What were your lap times out there like?
I don't know. I think Saturday was 1:38 maybe. Sunday 1:36 maybe. Don't quote me. Something like that.
Yeah. And what do you reckon, like, in terms of making the track better? Like, if lap times need to be longer, how would you achieve that?
Jumps would be the first one.
Yep.
You know, there's
bigger jumps there.
3 jumps on the track, but a steep jump slows it down heaps.
Yeah.
But the way you look at it, they run out of flaggies, and every other racetrack has a flaggie on a jump, so that's going to chew your flaggies up straight away. But, you know, like a couple step-ups or jumps or whatever, that slows it down instantly.
Yeah, I could agree with that for sure. And I feel you could tighten it up a little bit, but I'm not too sure where you would do it. And I feel like it kind of takes away from the track because it being fast was good. But obviously, tightening it up would make the lap time longer. But I don't know if you'd want to do that in that case. Is there a certain requirement that ProMX has to have like per lap time, or is it just go off distance? Do you know at all?
I don't know. I think that they're sort of always aiming around that 140 to 2 minute lap time, though. You definitely don't want it to be any shorter than that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're doing like 16 laps.
Exactly, and then the track would just
Will get beat.
Oh, so
Some
bad.
of those downhills would be so bad.
Yeah.
They were bad enough on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like when you're going down those downhills, like I spoke about that with Dean Mosig when we did our podcast, but you know, you were watching the C grade guys and the B grade guys going down those hills, and they were tiptoeing. Like even the fast B grade guys that you normally would see rip, you know, at a track, looked like they were shitting themselves going down those hills, and then you guys were like flying down those hills comparatively. There was a little bit of swapping out, but like what goes through your head when you're doing that? Is it just all about commitment? Are you thinking about it, or are you just going?
Nothing. You can't think. You got to turn it off.
Yeah. I suppose if you have a moment, you get that thought. You're like, "Oh, that was pretty on the edge." But you know, the A graders, I suppose, are a little bit more confident in themselves and have that belief, and that's
believe in the bike a little bit more.
Yeah, they got that bit more trust, so they can go faster.
And when you have that moment, because I asked Kyle about this once upon a time, and he was like, what? You know, I asked him about this massive moment he had at Wonthaggi, and he didn't even remember it.
Yeah.
Like, does it go straight out of your mind, or are you thinking about it for a couple more corners?
Oh, look, someone like Kyle, he's so strong, so it doesn't matter. He could have as many moments as he wanted, and it wouldn't faze him.
Yeah, his whole lap is a moment.
Yeah, it really is. But you know, it just depends how gnarly it is, I suppose. If it's in a spot that you're like already thinking like, oh yeah, that's on the edge there, and then you have a moment, you're like, well, yeah, back it off a little. But if it's something that's just a little mistake, then I suppose it flies straight through.
Yeah.
I feel like for myself, I only really keep thinking about the moment I had if it gets to a point where it's like kind of out of control, and like I wasn't in control of the bike, and I was like, oh, that could have been bad. Like I stepped out, leg came off, jumped a run, and I'm hanging off the back, like no control whatsoever, just like
Supercross Seth.
Yeah. Just absolute passenger. But like otherwise, if I get kicked out fully sideways, coming back forward, and then all of a sudden I'm still going and I'm fine, then you wouldn't really think it is as much because you're still in control.
Yep.
I think as soon as that like control completely disappears and you're loose, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Because I think about that, like I watch you guys and you have a moment and then you just keep racing like nothing had happened. And I've spoken about it with mates like of mine and our level. That for me would be like I'd be pulling over to the side of the track, having a breather, having a heart attack, then maybe doing a couple of slow laps, then back into it. But yeah, it always blows me away that, you know, you guys are just on that absolute edge and you're able to maintain it and have those moments and then keep going.
Baylin had a massive one in front of me. Can't remember what race it was. It would have been early in one of the laps. It was coming down the first big... So after you come all the way up that hill, pinned, and then when you start coming back down, either was following him down it or he just passed me down it. And as we got right to the bottom, his rear end just full stepped out. And I was right behind him. He might have just come past me. I'm not too sure. And it was one of those ones where I'm like, I'm going to have to avoid this real quick. But then he saved it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I reckon you were on the inside, eh? I was on the outside.
Yeah.
Like coming down that. I reckon I might remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the scenario coming down, but I just remember you were right in front of me. And I'm like,
there was like a few big bumps there that you had to get over, and it just like nearly shot into the inside of the corner there.
Was that the hill with the straight line ruts or the hill with like the massive mogul braking bumps?
The braking bumps on.
Yeah, where Austin crashed.
Yeah, at the top of it.
Yeah.
That was
That was one. That was massive.
I was surprised.
What happened? Like, how did he crash?
He,
I didn't see it.
Just tucked the front on the top of it and just it spat him massively.
Yeah, just high sided and kind of flipped over, and then the bike kind of followed him, and
Huge.
Yeah, and he ended up trying to pick up the flag, not the flag, the sweep rider's bike, right off like that. Everyone had to stop him. So
he was out cold.
Yeah, he needed a breather after that for sure.
He was head down, and then I look away. I was speaking to someone. All of a sudden, look back up, and he's like on the edge of the hill, like trying to balance, run into somewhere. I'm like, oh, he's got to chill.
Yeah. Like looking back at your year, like what for you, Seth? I'll start with you. Was like the highlight of your year so far?
Probably coming 15th at Traralgon.
Yep,
that was pretty sick. Or battling for race wins at Rosebud. That was pretty cool. Knowing they just had the speed and was just up there the whole time.
Yeah. I
mean, I would have won one of the races if Byron Dennis wasn't there. I think I would have won two, actually. So I can take that as a win in my books, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know I can do it there, though, because I'm good at that joint. But the Traralgon one was good. To know I can do it against tougher competition. And, like, I always just wanted to get inside the top 20, and then I just skipped that straight away and went to 15th. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What about you, Baylin? What's the highlight of your year?
Oh, it's hard to put down to one, but I think my third moto at Ballarat I was pretty happy with at Monza. You know, that was my first moto win, so then...
That was your first moto win?
Thereabouts. It would have been my first A-grade MX2 win, yeah.
Jeez, I just feel like you've been up the front
you've been up the front the whole year. What are you talking about?
Like, in A-grade, because then last year was MX3, and I think I won one moto at Horsham but got penalised, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But as far as I've thought all year, it's just been you and Strody racing the whole year, and I reckon you've had a slight edge on him.
These are my first motos, but yeah, that's like, in the second moto, he pulled the whole shot on me, and I sat behind him the whole race and passed him with 3 laps to go. I just thought it was a solid moto.
Yeah. That's so cool. Like, it's so weird that you say that because, like, for me...
It seems like something that he's done all year.
Yeah. You've just won heaps of races.
Yeah, well, before Gippy the Gippy's before that, and that's it.
Oh, that's cool. It's awesome that, you know, you're progressing, obviously, and making those steps, even though I guess from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like it's anything new.
Must have been the quick turning point for him.
Yeah.
Just after that, it was his race.
That's it. As far as the Victorian Championship goes, something that we've sort of spoken about, you know, in the pits and stuff like that, and it's been a big talking point, is the number of senior riders. Like the juniors, we get absolutely heaps, and the seniors, not so. It hasn't been bad, but we could definitely do with quite a few more riders, especially like at the A-grade level guys and even some of the B-grade guys. I asked this question of Dean Mosig as well, but especially being A-grade guys, like for you, what do you think would help get more numbers? Because we've got riders that race at the ProMX level and riders at the Gippy level that could probably race the Vics that don't. So what do you think it'd take to get more riders
Prize money?
Prize money?
I reckon. I feel like when you hit A-grade in seniors, you either take the pro route and try race all the ProMX and take it seriously and try and make a career out of it, or you just quit for a few years and then you come back and have fun as a weekend warrior in A-grade. Yeah. I feel like there's absolute no in between.
Yeah. Nah, look, I don't know. You look at the Sunny State, they do it well, you know. They got the 2 days of junior and senior, and everyone that would race a ProMX is there. You know, like they got the best, but you look at ours and like we've got the best riders in Victoria, you know, like KTM team's here, Yamaha's here, half of Honda's here, nearly all of it, and no one goes and races. But I don't really, you know, we had a lot of driving this year, but it's hard to, I don't know.
Is it because it's hard to balance like with the ProMX and the demands of that schedule and then go race the Vics, or do you think there's no perceived benefit in going to race
Yeah, I
the
think
Vics?
they see it as no benefit, you know, like, well, in our program, normally Sunday's off, but, you know, to get a gate drop in, everyone likes a gate drop, but I don't know, like, if you're looking at it to improve for a ProMX, then you only want to go there and do qualifying in 2 motos, but like, I don't know, it's weird, you know. But 2 days too, it like drags it out a little. There's not that many riders to do 2 days.
You don't have to race both days.
No, but that's the thing. No one if people wanted to race 2 days, they'd enter both days, but they don't.
Yep.
So like, just throw the juniors on, you know, follow what works in the sunny states, and run the senior and junior on the same weekend.
But the problem with that is we're getting sort of 300 plus riders. There's 400 at Shep this weekend in the juniors. And I think if you ran it over 2 days, you would have to cut that down, the number of classes, to make that viable. And so you'd be sort of robbing Peter to pay Paul. You'd be taking a chunk out of the junior championship, which is being super successful.
Yeah. Yeah, but
to compensate for the lack of
there's a lot of
senior
classes.
riders.
We don't, you know, we'd talk about having, it doesn't really matter that I won all powers because it's,
Yeah.
you know, well, it does. But, you know, Steve Fox, he was saying the nothing class, like, we're having a laugh about it on the weekend, but because it's just the all powers class. Like,
We just do it for extra bike time.
Yeah, of course. That's
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone has any illusions about that. Like, everyone sees it that way.
yeah, but like we're getting heaps of riding, and you know, 3 20-minute motos is solid racing, but I don't know, like if it was...
So what would sweeten the deal, do you think, for like some of these factory guys to come out and race?
They're only chasing 2 motos, so if you were chasing them, we only do 2 motos.
I feel like those guys only race anyway they want to get paid, like, you know what I mean? I feel if they come to the VIX, obviously there's no bonus money for them, and it's just increased risk. Like, there could be some lower level A-grade guy who comes into the first turn like me and pulls a whole shot and clips one of them and they're done, you know what I mean? Like, accidents could happen, more increased risk.
Yeah. So how much money would it take, say, to win an MX2 or an MX1 race, do you think, to attract these guys? What would be a good amount?
I don't know. They're cash like that. I'd come out for a few $100, you know what I mean? But I'm there anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know what. I feel like some of those boys would come down like, oh, we'll go race and make $1,000. What do you reckon?
that's. I would say that'd be plenty. I would have thought
that's a week's wage for anyone. I'm sure they still look at money like that. You know what I mean? They'd be like,
but even the ProMX only has, I think it's $500 for MX2 win.
It's pretty bad.
It's honestly such a joke. But yeah, obviously the manufacturers give them way more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know why they bother giving out that.
But I think 2 motos they would consider, like especially for Rosebud. You know, Byron was there, but the closer rounds for them, they don't like driving at all. But the closer rounds for them, if it was 2 races, I think they'd come and get a gate drop in.
So would you have longer motos and 2 races, or keep it the same as it is?
For a Vic level, I don't know, like 20 minutes, especially around like Broadford or something. 20 minutes was a long moto.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't really need it's hard. 20, 25 minutes is all you really need at a Vic.
Yeah. Last year they did it good. For the Vics, they had Wonthaggi and Traralgon on the schedule, and then all the pro guys were there.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to fight for this, whatever I was doing in the series and whatever, and I'm probably coming like 15th place because all these guys are coming to come race. So like that was good for numbers. Doing something like that again would be good. I feel like Wonthaggi and Traralgon might be on the map for a while, or if Traralgon switches for Broadford or whatever, which better not happen. I swear if they take Traralgon off the schedule, it's my only hope.
Yeah. Well, I think Traralgon this year was like really, really good. And between Traralgon and Conondale, from most of the guys I've spoken to, they were the 2 favourite tracks of the year. So I guess we'll segue towards the ProMX Championship now. What were your favourite tracks? Speaking of, which tracks were good?
I don't know.
What were your favourites, Bale?
Yeah, look.
You have to say Wonthaggi because it's so close to home.
I do have to say that.
Bias.
You could literally throw a stone from your front door and just about hit the track. So.
Yeah, if I had a better arm. No, I think Conondale was a sick track to moto, you know, but racing was a little bit different. But it was such a cool track. Cool atmosphere, you know, everyone was on that hill and it's a scenic spot. You know, we'll camp down, we're out yonder, but we'll camp down near the river and, you know, it was a cool place. I really like that.
What about you, Seth? Traralgon?
I'm biased. Traralgon for sure was sick. Yeah, the Conondale, like, just the feeling of it, like the aura of the place was sick. What other rounds did we do? I didn't do Toowoomba. What was round 2? Canberra? Nah, I didn't like that.
Canberra was garbage.
After having
the track prep at Canberra.
After having to ride that in practice, everything that was good went out the window for that. QMP was sick. I've never been up there. Those Queensland rounds were really cool.
Yeah.
Like that was like just the way that the layout and just I don't know everything about it. Just like it's so like cool and big and professional kind of. It's the best way to put it.
Do you reckon QMP is a good final round?
No.
Though?
No,
No.
it's in the wrong spot.
What do you mean?
It's in Boona.
Yeah.
Nah, nothing's in Boona.
Even the internet doesn't come to Bruno. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, most of the rounds are pretty close to something, but Boona's near nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I stayed at Corralvin. You been there?
nah, never even heard of that joint.
Nah, same.
This like abandoned like golf resort was made in like the 1990s or something.
Oh.
It's like massive, made for like 200 rooms, middle of nowhere, nothing there. It's got a pub. The closest of anything is 30 minutes away. Besides that, feels abandoned. There was no one there. I don't even know how it exists.
Was there any moto guys staying there?
No, I think there was one other person.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's weird. And how far away were you? Because no one ever finds accommodation up there, which is
No,
part of the
no.
problem.
it was about 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So
Not too bad.
where did you guys stay?
At the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we took the trailer up and that, and then we stayed in Treasure Island or something. Oh, no, that's where's the caravan park. Stayed along the Gold Coast there somewhere, just at the caravan park.
For the week in between. Yeah. Yep.
Full
Yeah.
privacy life.
Yeah, no, it's fun. You just, you get it like a bit of a family going with the other guys that compete and hang out with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys ride in between? Or did you treat it like a bit of a holiday?
One day at Willowbank.
Yep.
But yeah, no, riding up there is
What do you reckon of that joint? I was there on that Wednesday too.
Stopwatch Nationals out there.
Yeah.
like that. That joint formed up the exact same as it did last year when I went there on the Wednesday in between. I don't understand how it's like it's a long drive. If you're up there training and you got to drive 2 hours to ride that, and then drive 2 hours home and wash up, that's a long day of nothing.
You're not a fan?
No, it was just like I don't know. I don't really know what's wrong with it, but it was just a sketchy track.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's that sort of flat track with one tabletop on it. Was that the one you were training on?
There was like no
Yeah.
flow on that
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it gets prepped once a week or whatever. So if you're going out there for the weekend motos, you couldn't even imagine that.
Yeah. It was sketchy. That jump track was so fun though. Did you go on that?
I went last year for a little bit, but yeah, it is.
It was so sick.
few whips.
Some of the jumps in there were pretty big. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Supercross practice up there.
Yeah, pretty much. Did a moto on that track. I'm like, nah, I've had enough of this, Let's go some jumps.
Yeah.
So as far as racing at Conondale, then you said it'd be like a fun track as a ride track. But how did that race? It's been a long time since we've been out there. It was fast. It's called a natural terrain track. Like, was that natural terrainy when you were riding it?
Yeah, I suppose it was. Like it was really cool.
What makes it different compared to the other tracks that you've raced?
Oh, it was big. That was the
It was
coolest
wide.
thing about it. It was a 2:15, 2:20 lap time.
Yep.
Like that was amazing. That's what the pros race in America. That's what everyone here wants to be in America and wants to be like Jet Lawrence, and we got to do that doing a 2:15 lap time. Like that's what everyone's chasing, but it's cool up and down the hills, and we don't really have too many hills in Victoria, so well we do, but not motocross tracks.
Nah, the motocross tracks out here are pretty flat.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like walking that track, and I'm just like, are you serious? We've got to go down this? When you're on the bike, it's a bit different, but
Yeah.
even walking it, I'm like, damn.
They're steep, yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't get like rough, say, compared to Broadford.
No.
You're just on the gas going down those hills at Conondale.
I don't
Yeah.
think they ripped it in a sense. It was more kind of like packed in. Like it was pretty hard.
Yeah,
think
I
that's
suppose it
pretty
was
standard
ripped for Friday though. For the track walk, it wasn't Friday. It wasn't 2 days. It was QMP. For Saturday, it was ripped. Like that looked sick. You were like, oh yeah, that's going to form up well.
I thought it was going to get deep, like
Yeah,
on track
100%.
walk. Yep.
Yeah, those back corners I thought were going to get deep as, but then it ended up being just concrete pebbles.
Yeah, when I looked at those two uphill sections, off the just after the start, for me that reminded me probably the most of a US style track that I've ever seen. Like where you've got the jump going up the hill and then the
down the
jump
hill.
off the down, down the hill. That was really cool. Do you think Conondale would make a good final round for the championship, or a better final round than QMP? Even though that's in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Middle of nowhere again, yeah. For us to get there, we stayed at some joint in the middle of nowhere again. It was like 50 50 minutes of just straight up and down hills, like fast and slow areas, and I'm just like, are we ever going to get here?
Yeah. I flew in. I was living the factory flew in. And we're going down this postman track, and like you were nearly falling out of your seat in the car going down that thing. Like,
Did you come in from so the track was on your left as you came in?
Oh. Yeah. How was...
So when I arrived there, I came from the other side.
Yeah.
And then when I left at the end of the afternoon, like my sat nav goes, turn right. And I'm like, well, this is not the way I came in. And so I had to drive up that hill, and it's like single lane. I was in first gear in the van, and all I was thinking about was if the van shits itself now, I'm fucked because I'm not reversing down this hill, and you couldn't turn around, and that was
it was serious.
It was scary. Yeah, that's probably the steepest, narrowest road I've ever driven up, and there's no warning on your sat nav, and it goes for like 10 Ks.
It's a solid, yeah. We just looked at it, and it was like 40 minutes shorter, so that was the one, and Jesus.
Yeah. That was a very cool track, but I hope that we go back there next year. But you've both raced, you haven't raced other Queensland tracks, so you don't have heaps of experience out there. But you did MX Farm as well, haven't you? You've raced that one?
Yeah.
So out of like Toowoomba and MX Farm and Conondale and QMP, for you, which of those, if you could race two of those tracks each year, which of them do you reckon would make the best ProMX tracks?
Look. Conondale would be sick to go back to. It's a fun track. It's a sick track. But the best one that I see would be Toowoomba to be the final one.
Yep.
Like it is in town. There's stuff around it. That's a cool place to be too. Better than I suppose MX Farm's the same. Like Ride Park is QMP, and it is that Queenslandy hardpack shit. Like square edgy But I suppose it makes the racing better. Like you're watching it, and it was, I think like Jace Cosford he must have whole-shotted 3 of the last motos.
Yeah.
And he was up there, and like it's just so close, the racing on them tracks, which I suppose makes that good.
I think that's way better. Like, I know you guys love the deep, rutted technical tracks, but if we look at the ones that...
Nah, not me.
Not you? But if you look at the ones like, so Conondale, Terralgan, Gilman, and to a degree QMP, they by far had the best racing of the championship, all year. I think whether you're watching it on TV, whether they're watching the racing, they were by far the best, racing, the best atmosphere. Because of that, there was a buzz. And I think the smallest gap between first and last, which, I mean, as riders, you want separation. If you've got skills.
Yeah, that shows.
Yeah, that shows. But for a spectator, for a fan, and if you're trying to sell the series, you want to bring the riders as close as possible.
Yeah, 100%. But we're looking at it, Byron was faster than the 450s at QMP. I don't actually know what he 4th or 5th qualified. So there's 250s faster than him just because of that. Them Queensland tracks are that a bit, I don't know, flatter and faster. Easier to ride, I suppose. That just closes the gap so much. Like, you got to think that Jed was managing a championship and Kyle was injured, but them 450 guys were on each other the whole moto at the second moto in Conondale and QMP. So, that's what people want to see.
100%. That's what I want to see when I go to the races. You can keep your Canberra, and, I mean, Appen. It's probably, I don't know whether you blame the track prep or the weather there. That was a tough one.
The year before, it was super racy, though.
Yeah.
There was 450 guys going for the win.
It definitely had good racing, but it was funny because the year before, it was pretty hard pack. By the end of the day, it was pretty dry.
Yeah, it was.
And at the end of the day, I did some interviews at Appen last year, and people weren't happy. It was hard pack and dry and skatey. And when we went to Appen this year, everyone before the racing goes, how good was Appen last year? Appen was sick last year. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure no one was saying that at the end.
No, I remember people watching locals and stuff being like, oh, it's prep better on a ride day. Yeah, I remember hearing that when you go up and watch.
I'm biased. I like those conditions. The racing actually was good. There was probably one of the best motos of the year that year in the 450 class. There was 4 guys going for the win.
Yeah.
But I thought the conditions were all right. Yeah, they were dry and skating near the end, but it was racy. like I'd be in 20th place and I'd actually have dudes in front of me and behind me instead of feeling like I'm just by myself because everyone's so spread out. That's what I liked with Traralgon and I feel the Queensland rounds too. Like from 15th to 35th, it kind of feels like if you dropped off a second, you're going backwards. If you gained a second, you're going forward. Like everyone's just there. It's so much closer. Actually felt like a race.
Yeah. For me, like out on track, they were probably the two highlights in Conondale and QMP of the year, and Traralgon. And I always love Gilman, but I think for me, those were the three best tracks. But QMP, like I don't like the lack of internet or phone reception out there. I mean, it's location once you're out there for me because I stay in the van.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Like you need to talk to your dad and get him to harden up a bit and not have to go get to a motel. So, but beyond that, like for me, QMP is such a sick venue, sick track. Like the way it goes through the trees and those hills.
Yeah, no, it is a pretty cool track.
Yeah, that's the bit. So I'm torn when you say like no final round, and I'm too old for after parties. It'd just be weird if I turned up with all the young crew out there.
Nah, but that's the thing. Everyone drives to Brisbane or the Gold Coast for the after party.
Yeah, yep.
Like, Honda had a little dinner, to celebrate the championship and stuff, and Cade was out of there.
Yeah.
Like, it's his first year in MX2. He done really well, and he doesn't want to hang around in Boona.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hang around in Boona. I think the people that live in Boona don't want to hang around in Boona. They're probably gunning, first chance they get to get out of Boona. Yeah. So, well, as far as the final round goes, how did that go for you, Baylin?
Yeah, it was good. So, well, that was the goal at the start of the year, was the top 15s, and to go 15-15, come a little. Well, it was in the top 15. Good, two solid motos. Could have had more, but you just got to think about the start of the year and where we ended. So, 16th in the championship, but a few points. I must have only been, I must have been under 10 points behind Reece Budd. So, he wasn't out there in the last few, but it's good. Like look at the injury and you just got to, think of the positives about it.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And what did you think about QMP, like your first time up there, Seth?
It was probably the fastest national track I've ridden, like both the Queensland ones, a lot faster than all the other ones. I thought it was sick, to be honest. The track conditions were really good this year. Other years I've seen on the TV, it's way gnarlier. Yeah. Which I'm glad I wasn't there for those previous years compared to this year, but I thought it was really good.
I wouldn't say it was way gnarlier. There was just more ruts in more places in previous years. Like that, the bottom of that downhill, that valley after that big step down.
That's the first thing I came to mind,
Yeah. I used to love getting shots of that in the last few years of riders just like G'ing out that, or just even just the G out at the bottom as they transition back to the uphill in those deep ruts. That was always really cool. And like when you're looking down at it from the top, you get just a really good perspective with the camera. And unfortunately, there wasn't as much of that this year. The ruts were almost formed.
They were like
up the hill.
Which doesn't make sense at all, really.
No.
About where the bike would go, and then it's unloaded up the hill.
Yeah. Was it faster this year than previous years?
I suppose it was, yeah. Just because it was drier, like there's not as much. When the track's wet, it's a bit heavier and it slows you down more and forms up better, but it was heaps drier this year.
Saturday was a lot heavier than Sunday.
Yeah, I think they were struggling to water the track. They had a 100-litre cart, 100-litre water thing on the back of a trailer on a 3-slotter, dragging that around. So
that's not going to go far at QMP. It's a big track.
Yeah, they had some dramas with that. But
and what about the championship as a whole? Like we're doing 8 rounds. It's how it's been for quite some time now. Do you think that the spread of rounds is good and the number of rounds is good, as especially as privateers?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like this year was a bit different, going to Queensland twice. That kind of made things a little bit, changed it up a bit. Made it a bit difficult. You got to go there twice, but like a lot more travelling. Especially, it went there and then come back to Traralgon again. So that is, but
and then Appin and then back to Queensland.
Yeah, like a lot of all over the joint.
The other way around.
Whereas previous years, it's kind of been a path, where the rounds go. But I think 8 rounds is good. It's spread out a long way, like it's, how long is it now? August from
March to August. It's like what, 5 months?
Yeah, 5 months for 8 races. So it's a long time between, but it's pretty good. I think it's in not a bad spot.
Yeah, it's realistic for privateers. Like, if you're someone who was chasing bonuses, you'd want to race every weekend. But for guys who've got to save up and get to the races and can't skip that much work, it's definitely ideal for the majority.
So would you like to see, the current format, or would it be better like having, 8 races in 10 weeks or 3 months or something like that?
No, I'd prefer the current format, I reckon. What do you reckon?
I think if you squeeze it up, you could have more rounds, I suppose, whether that's...
If they, did the layout, more... I can't even say that word. Strategically. Yeah, how they do the 2 Queensland ones, back-to-back weeks. If they did that for New South Wales and Victoria and stuff like that, it'd make it a lot more viable for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, they probably could do it.
Yeah, they 100% can. They come to Wonthaggi and then it's an hour and a half to Traralgon. So that's you do that back-to-back, and then you go Gilman, you can go straight to Murray Bridge the next weekend and...
Have maybe a week in between each state.
Yeah, not do Wonthaggi and Toowoomba back to back, but keep it close and do the head to head, in a sense.
Well, that year that we had Toowoomba, QMP,
the last 3 were real
and
close,
MX Farm. Yeah. There was, I think, 2 weeks in between.
Yeah.
Did you leave stuff up there for that gap, or did you bring everything back in between? I think there was.
What year was that?
24. There was Toowoomba, and then we had a gap of 2 weeks, and then we had MX Farm and QMP.
I think I went up there with the Burnses, so like Chandler and Michael.
Yep.
And we drove our van up and towed his trailer, and then stayed up there for the. But I don't remember if. I reckon we're up there for the whole time.
The whole month, basically.
Nearly, yeah.
Do you say we're talking about putting it all together in 10 weeks and doing 2 New South Wales, 2 Victoria? Do you reckon that's viable for a lot of people to take 4 weeks off? Because if they were to stay in a different state, they'd have to take 4 weeks off, work 1 for each state. You know what I mean?
I think if you did it that way, the best way to do it would be to have 2 rounds in each state, not have 3, and then have a week in between, and then you can have your state level races in that gap.
Yeah.
So if you had your 2 Victorian races, Wannie, Traralgon, or Broadford. But just 2 of them. Then you had a week off, and then maybe you had Gilman and Murray Bridge, and then a week off, or 2 weeks even.
Yeah.
Then you go to New South Wales, do 2 races, and then Queensland do 2 races.
Yeah, but even if they thought about it and put run the state titles before it, at every round,
numbers would go through the roof.
Yeah, if the state titles was actually a pre-run of the nationals, it'd work better, I suppose.
They did that for Queensland.
Yeah.
I don't know what the numbers were for the sunny states, but I'm sure that would have worked out all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think, heaps of Victorian riders went up for the sunny state, so that definitely works when you do that if you're talking about trying to get numbers and riders.
Yeah, but even events. It showed, you said before, with last year, Wonthaggi and Traralgon, there was plenty of people.
There was heaps, yeah.
Well, I mean, look at this weekend. We've got the junior last round of the Junior Vics at the same track as the Junior Aussies, and we've got over 400 riders for the weekend.
What's the numbers normally for the Vics, do you know, for juniors?
Low 300s.
Yeah, true.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But even 300 is pretty good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the sport's pretty healthy, but see, and that's the difference at the Junior Vics. We've got riders from New South Wales, Queensland, West Australia, South Australia and Tassie all coming to race the Junior Vics, and they're racing every round.
Yeah.
And I don't see that at the Senior Vics.
No.
And I mean, even a couple of years ago, we had a few Tasmanians coming up to race the Senior Vics, but we, like Brock Hutchins.
Yeah.
But we don't get those
I think
guys
there was the tall guy, Williams. Jack
Alex
Williams. Alex.
And then
there must be 2 brothers.
He's got a brother, Ryan Williams.
Yeah. They were at Rosebud and Ballarat.
They've done a few rounds here and there. They did all of the series in 22. I raced them in B grade, 250s. And then they've done most rounds. I think they have missed some in between now and then, but they do come over for most of Vics.
Mental4Moto might have to raise some purse money for next year's Vics. I've got some ideas. But that's a topic for discussion at another time. All right, well, let's talk about the championship results a little bit then. So we'll start with MX1. We had Jed Beaton, Aaron Tanti, Cole Webster, and Nathan Crawford in that order as the top 4 in MX1. So we'll start off with Jed. You know, were you surprised?
Oh, it's hard to say surprise. I get to see all the work that he puts in. Like, he's earned it for 100% sure. You know, like, he's lived with us for a bit of time on his way back from Europe, and he is dedicated and he's good at his craft. So it's hard to say surprised.
Yep. Did Jed step it up this year, or did Cole just have a rough year?
I don't know. I think they both stepped it up for sure. Like, Cole got unlucky, that's for sure, but I think they were both a lot higher than they were last year.
Yep, that's fair. I think, for me, I think Jed had just stepped it up. Like, he looked different this year to what I've seen him in the past. I felt like Cole had the speed in previous years, and when Jed had to run Cole's speed, he looked a bit, he had moments and looked like he struggled. And this year, I felt like Jed looked like he had the speed and was doing it easy, and then Cole was trying to keep up and was getting a bit loose.
Yeah.
That's how I felt watching it.
Jed's learned a lot, It's his third year there now, and, he's got the bike sorted, and he's a lot more familiar for him, with the team.
He looks so comfortable on the bike.
He looks very in control.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really seemed like his to lose, like it was he had it.
From the very get-go, yeah. And I think coming off the injury last year, he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder to get out there and prove something as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What about you, Seth?
I thought the exact same thing. Like, straight away from the start of this year, he just looked so in control, especially when he was trying to go as fast as he could and racing Webster going bar to bar. He'd have that edge, and it was in control too. Just wasn't getting loose, wasn't making silly mistakes. Was just almost like he'd push a little bit more if he needed to. That's the kind of style he was like, and the way he was riding. It's kind of how it looked.
Yeah. Do I have to bring up our preview show and bring up our predictions? Because I think out of you, me, and Zane, there was only one of us that picked Jed for the title this year.
Really? I can't actually remember what I said. What did you say?
I said Jed.
Man, yeah. I reckon I would have picked Webster.
Yeah, you and Zane both picked Webster.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But I only picked Jed. Obviously, hadn't seen him ride as well as he did this year at that stage, but I just thought he was going to come back with a vengeance after last year. I spoke to him at PBI before the season started, and I just felt like there was a bit of a fire burning.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There. All right, so Aaron Tanti, happened to pass a injured Cole Webster in that final round in points to secure second in the championship, and Nathan Crawford in fourth. But how did you feel about those guys and where they finished up in the championship?
Look, it's hard, like, with Cole being injured and that, but Tanti has stepped it up. I suppose it's
he came home strong.
Yeah, really good ride from him. So you'd like to see how much he can transfer that to Supercross and, like, either match his speed or improve it again, or see where he stacks up on Supercross.
Yeah, I thought Tanti, like, watching the races back, hit around Toowoomba, and Tanti kind of had that breakout ride, and then from then on, he kind of seemed like a contender. He was just always up there. It's
like once he got that confidence and he knew that he was back, then he was definitely had that little bit extra.
Yeah, I feel like Crawford was always up there too. Like at round 2 at Canberra, he got that third, and like he was kind of there, and then as soon as like he was just able to battle for that front, he just stayed there.
Yeah,
I feel like he wasn't as far back as Tanti was from the start of the year. He was, even though he didn't.
I don't know. He come 22nd.
Yeah, I was about to say, except for round 1, I don't know what happened there. You'd have to ask him. But as soon as round 2 hit, it kind of seemed like he had a good base, but definitely a very, very rough start.
Yeah.
I mean, the results kind of tell the story, but he was very emotional on the podium about the decision to leave KTM and the success that he found at Honda, and he was emotional about the sacrifice that he made and the fact that it paid off. So it was like emotional in a happy way.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, do you think it was the right move?
Oh, I feel like he kind of backed himself into that corner at KTM. Like, how can you come third and then 12 months later come 22nd.
Yeah.
That is not possible on the exact same bike. That I don't see how you can do that. Like, obviously he's talked himself out of it or whatever, or he's changed stuff and gone the wrong way that he didn't want. But he wasn't cooperating very well with KTM at all.
I think that seems to be an issue no matter where he goes.
Oh, 100%. But, like, you can't just get that fast. It's not like he was a 22nd place rider. He just didn't do it. Like, he could have done it 100% or not 22nd. He could have come 5th or whatever. He still could have done that on the KTM. He just chose not to.
Was maybe making a bit of a statement
100%.
that he was unhappy.
But I think he's seen it as KTM's fault, but everyone else, well, I don't know how everyone else sees it, but should have seen it as his fault.
Yeah.
Really. He's the one riding the bike. The bike may have changed, but you can always go back to what you had last year, and that worked to come third.
So I did hear that the suspension had changed a lot.
Yeah. Well,
not a lot, but it had changed in terms of who was doing his suspension.
Yeah. Yeah, but
no matter what,
you know the settings.
He goes from basically lapping me twice to me battling with him for 22nd place. Like, you could put him on a Suzuki off marketplace of 2016, and if he gave it 100%, he would be way in front of me, and it'd probably be like 10 to 15th. You know what I mean? Like, at a minimum, like probably around that 10th mark. Like,
So the question then is, did he mail it in, or that was the best that he had on
mailed it in
the bike that he
Oh,
had?
I don't even think he mailed it in. I think
that
he
was
was
just-
actually
yeah,
out there
that
to
was
be like, yeah, this is shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
just
making
a-
a statement.
Screw you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. He's just saying, like, nah, this is no good.
Yeah.
Could have put him on a 125 that had 30
Yeah.
horsepower.
He was
All right.
better off not racing.
Yeah, could have walked around the track.
So results notwithstanding, I mean, I think it's hard to argue that Jed Beaton and Cole are by far the best two riders in MX1. And I still think, again, though Croft and Tanti were closer, that there is a gap, between those two. Assuming that all four of those guys are going to be racing ProMX again next year, do you think that, like Nathan Crawford and Tanti, can bridge that gap to Beaton and Webster and challenge for a title and do it consistently?
I got to say no.
Consistently, probably not. But for race wins on a weekend, yeah. I don't see him be able to replicate that every single round, though. They'd have to make a pretty big jump.
Yeah, like I see a technical track like Wonthaggi at round 1, I see them just...
That's a home track advantage, Baylin.
100%. So is every other track that they rode this year. But I see them get, like, on a technical track, 40-second race, no stress. You know, like, I don't know. Given that both of them are healthy and they're fighting, like, I reckon if both of them are at the top of the game, I don't think they'll get close.
So as riders, obviously, like Nathan Crawford, Aaron Tanti are putting in a lot of effort, a lot of training, a lot of bike time, as are Kyle and Jed. But as riders, like, what do you think is that ingredient that Kyle and Jed have that Crawford and Tanti are missing? What is it that make Jed and Kyle so good?
I think getting to train together helps a lot, at least.
Push each other.
Yeah, but, like, they just know they can, I suppose. Whereas...
They believe it. They've done it before.
Yeah, I've never really heard much about Tanny before, but, like, Crawford, what the KTM boys say about him, like, I don't really... The way he acts, I don't see him being in the top. Well, at least you don't want to see him there, the way he acts. Like... He wasted around 1. Anyone would have given the world to ride a KTM at round 1, and he just come out and done 22nd. Like, so that kind of attitude, I don't think would get you far at all. But
yeah, I think his attitude is probably holding him back. And for Tanti, I feel like he just had a rough run with injuries.
I feel like he's a bit behind because of injury.
Yeah, but I feel like if he carries into what he's built this year and doesn't injure himself during the off season and gets a good preseason, then he'd be able to start first round next year strong, and then it could
keep
be
building. Yeah,
keep building. It could be close to up there most of the time instead of starting late.
I'm curious as to what you said about Croft because, like, I understand that he's got a reputation for his attitude and his ability to get along with teams and people. But how does that affect his ability on the track? Like, and why do you think that he can't close that gap because of his attitude?
Well, it's a big mindset thing too, riding motorbikes.
But he obviously backs himself. He believes himself.
Yeah, but
if he doesn't believe in the bike or there's something slightly off, I feel like his mind could just go quit and he's like, oh, I'm not going to dig through it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he has that attitude in stuff off the bike and like kind of in life, it's going to apply to that as well.
He's looking for an excuse. The world's out to get him. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Type of thing, but yeah.
I feel if you're mentally strong in like one aspect of life, it's going to follow along to like all of it. And I feel like if you're a bit weak, it might show in. And like we're only talking little percents here. Like he's not too far off on speed from these guys, but something that little could be the difference.
Yeah. The faster you get, the more the little things make up.
Yeah.
100%. And especially doing those little things consistently as well. I don't know. Like I look at Croft. I think Tanti can mix it up with those two, like you said, occasionally. If Beaton and Webster aren't having a great day. Croft, I think he has that ability too, because like on a 250, he was to watch one of the most creative, aggressive riders, and I mean he was battling with Wilson Todd, who's one of the most dominant MX2 riders in Australian motocross history. So I think as a rider, the potential is there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he does on the Honda. And I mean, I hate to say it, but I've already heard that there's a few cracks in the relationships at Honda, and he hasn't been there very long.
Yeah, look, it doesn't matter who's at Honda. Getting a relationship at Honda is tough, but
that's kind of not a good sign for a long-term healthy future with that team. So I hope we see him happy and successful and getting along with people next year. Yeah. So because otherwise it's going to be almost
it'll thin out. It's a lot of talent. Like he's got a lot of talent, so just to give it in is not.
Nah,
it's not what we want for the sport.
Nah, and I want someone to be up there battling with Jed and Kyle.
Yeah, 100%.
It'd be not a boring season because those two battling makes it exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, like they tied last year or the year before.
On points, I mean, like Kyle did just what he had to win, the championship, that is. So do you see any other riders being able to bridge that gap and making that instead of the top four,
Who got 5th in the championship?
I've got
Zach, maybe?
It'd either be Zach or Toddy, wouldn't it?
Toddy, I reckon.
Hang on. Todd Waters is 5th in the championship. But he's 69 points behind Crawford.
Yeah, that's a long way. But it's all a big game of who can stay healthy, like the longest. Because the longer you are healthy, like it adds up more, Like as soon as you get injured or whatever, you don't improve. It's not about going backwards when you're injured, but it's like you miss the opportunity to keep improving.
Yeah.
We sort of spoke about this a little bit off air, and we've just seen Jed over in the US and being very competitive. And I have heard rumours of Kyle going to the US, which, I hear things both ways. But do you think that we see, Kyle and Jed in the US next year or, the years to come?
I could see Jed in the US, I reckon, especially after the performance he put out last weekend. He's running 4th for a bit. I think he finished, was it 10th, 7th, or like 11th, 7th or something like that.
He went 10-9 for 7th overall.
Oh, true. Fair enough. And he was running with those guys like pretty fair and square. And he's beat a fair few factory guys. And I feel like a spot could open up for him. And I know those 450 guys are on decent cash. But it also depends if the manufacturers want to give him a ride for Supercross or not. Because he has minimal Supercross experience over here. He's only done one season. But
he's very good at Supercross. So it's
depends if the manufacturers will see that as it though.
As a bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends how certain and comfortable they are doing it. Like they're both old, Kyle. They're creeping in the 30s nearly, so they got.
Kyle's in the 30s, and I think Jed's nearly 29 or 29.
Yeah, close. So, Kyle's got a whole family. like he's got a house in Cornborough now, so moving over there
Be a big thing.
it's a big move away from family. Same for Jed. So, it depends how good it is and how good it looks for the future.
And you'd assume that they're making really good money in Australia doing what they're doing.
Yeah, it'd
at
have to
home.
be close, if not better than what they got here, and
Yeah.
they're winning here. So
And you'd have to think that if they were to move over there, regardless of what sort of deals they got, it probably would be financially a backward step
yeah,
in the first year.
while they find their
Just a
feet,
massive
whatever.
risk.
Yeah. I feel like for both of them, I think Kyle's chance to do well in America and make a career, if he was to go over there, is sort of there's not a big
It's
window left.
closing. Yeah.
Yeah, Jed's probably got a little bit longer, but yeah, if we don't sort of see them in the next year or two go over there and make a move and have a crack, I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah, but even there's a lot of upcoming talent that has the opportunity to do that at the minute, with the Kingsfords and Larwood and Byron. He's over there at the minute. Well,
Yep.
not there, but Europe.
Is Cade going over full time next year?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, that's something that I'd heard as well.
Yeah, I think he was looking at it, or
And maybe doing futures for
Yeah.
Supercross and then racing outdoors in MX2.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that.
No.
No.
Oh, come on, you're the
Rumors.
yeah.
He's lying. You know everything, mate.
All right, so in MX1, as far as the results go, I'll start with you, Seth. Who was your biggest surprise? And you can have more than one rider, but what
For
was
MX1?
what was your biggest surprise? And in terms of potential versus outcome, like what was the biggest disappointment? The rider that didn't necessarily achieve their potential.
I wouldn't really say Zach Watson was a disappointment, but I might have thought...
It's the wrong word. I just can't
Yeah.
think of the right word.
Yeah, I might have thought to see a bit more out of him since he was on a privateer bike last year and on a Triumph, which is new. There's not a lot of R&D and stuff on the bike, so there's probably a lot left on the table. The bike could have been set up better, and he got a few podiums and stuff last year. I feel like he was running up there a little bit more than he was this year, and this year he was on a factory bike. I wouldn't say it was a massive letdown, but I feel like he might have expected more. But regardless, he still did it right for what he had. But I feel like he probably would have wanted more. Even though
It's a big learning step to go into factory,
yeah,
like a factory team, and you got so many people around you that you got to talk to now.
And he's super young.
Yeah,
I always, when I saw him the first year, I think it was in 24, when he was still with Rising Motorsports, I always thought he was in his mid to late 20s. And then one day I saw him without his helmet on, towards the end of the season. And I'm like, he's just a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I actually thought the exact same thing until someone told me how old he was. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I thought he was way older.
Yeah. And what about biggest surprise in terms of the results?
Probably Tanti coming on strong midway to near the end. I reckon that's probably the biggest surprise for me. And then he was consistent about it once he turned it on.
Yeah, I'd probably piggyback off Seth there, with Zach, coming up a little short of probably what he wanted to do. And
Me three. I had that. I had the same. Yep. same thought.
But you just got to see how next year goes, I suppose, if he's still got the opportunity, and see if he can improve from it.
Yeah. I think sixth in the championship is not bad. I just expected him to be closer to that front group in terms of track
considering
position.
he was on for the podium at Traralgon last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that battle for that, and I suppose he was in top 5 a couple of times
Yeah.
this year.
And surprises.
Yeah, Tanny looked a lot more in control this year,
Yep.
a lot stronger. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, I had a couple of surprises, I think. Jacob Sweet, I didn't think that, he would do what he did in terms of whole shot, lead laps. That for me was a massive surprise.
Yeah, he turned it on.
Yeah. And even at the Vicks, I would have loved to have seen him and Bryce Ognenis go at it this year. That would have been really cool to see.
Jacob really stepped it up this year.
He did. He definitely did. And the other one that for me was kind of flew under the radar, but did amazingly well. And just every time I watch, the MX1 guys come past, was Riley Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
10th overall, doesn't say much. You know, super nice guy, really humble, unassuming.
Yeah.
But man, that guy shreds on a dirt bike.
Yeah, he was actually rode very well. Like, he was kind of just there, I suppose. He was the next guy in line.
Yep.
Out of that.
We had like Luke Zielinski. He was the top finishing privateer.
Yep.
I think he was 7th overall. And then Levi Rogers. I mean, Levi Rogers has sort of been known.
Yeah, he actually.
How about his
had
qualifying at
I
Queensland?
did forget about that.
Yeah.
He qualified first both times. I think Super Pole was second for the last one.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
I was watching him at QMP, and like, he just looked flat out faster than everyone else. The only person that looked similar was Beaton.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
I mean, for a start, he's a giant unit.
He's massive.
For a bike to be dragging his butt around those tracks,
he's like
up and down the hills.
6'8". He's got to be at least 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like 90, and I'm a lanky cunt, and he's taller than me too.
He's running the 500 kit and the 450. But yeah, he's definitely a big guy. Is that a surprise? Like, as in his result?
That speed surprised me.
Yep.
I just hadn't seen that before. But his results
didn't match the one lap speed.
But he still had some decent results in Queensland, I think. I can't remember the exact moto scores. Do you remember them? I think one of them...
You'd have him there.
Not off the top of my head. I sort of... I don't know. For me, Levi's... He's one of those riders that's there, but I sort of never really noticed him that much on track. There's not a lot that stands out about him. Like, he doesn't ride...
Yeah.
Like, real showy or anything like that. He's just...
when he lapped me at Traralgon, I was like near the end of the moto, and he came past me. He didn't even come past that quick, or like wasn't on the limit or like anything like that. And I'm like, what? Did I just let him pass? Like, I thought it was a lapper, so I was like kind of like, get out the main line, but I wasn't slowing down or anything. But I was like kind of letting him bite, and then obviously not. When I looked at the results, he was in 5th, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, if you were a spectator and you weren't watching the whole race, and you probably just saw that bit,
you wouldn't think he is where he is.
Oh, Seth just got past. He lost another spot.
Yeah. He doesn't have like the super active body language or anything like that. And he rides surprisingly or unsurprisingly, he rides really tall. Yeah. I find like when I'm taking photos of the riders coming through, I think I've said it to you before, Seth, I always chop his head off, like, because he's literally like a foot taller than anyone else on the bike as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those Thor jerseys make him look taller and lankier.
That's what it is, yeah.
They made me look so tall and lanky because they're like skin tight, like the compression type of stuff. I look at back some photos when I was in the Thor gear and I was like, damn, you're a tall, long motherfucker.
He thought about that one.
Lanky, rangy. Oh, he's talked about that before. So,
yeah.
No, but hell of a collective, mate. That's making you look good now.
It's making me look good, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
A bit more in proportion.
That's it. That's it. All right. Well, did you guys have any other thoughts about MX1 before we move on?
I don't know. It felt like it was like, I don't know. It's hard to keep track of while you're racing. Like,
Do you get to watch much of it, Baylin?
Well, going up, you get a little bit confused about a new schedule or whatever, but it's you get there at the end. But when you go and watch, you don't. I don't know. It's hard to watch it as a spectator and watch the racing. You're more looking at the track, and then you're just watching a couple guys.
Do you go home and watch it on TV or not?
I'll watch our races on the way home.
Yep.
Just MX2s on, but depends sometimes.
Yep. Oh, sweet. So when we get into MX2, you'll know everything about everything.
I try to watch them, but I swear as soon as ever I started racing it, then I don't go watch it back online. But then when I'll get home anyway, I'll go watch the American motocross, and then like I'm not going to watch 4 motos of American motocross and then all the ProMX in one night. I'll be there till 3 a.m.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the week comes around again and I just kind of run out of time to watch it, I feel like.
Yeah. No, all good. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break to hear some words on behalf of our sponsors. And when we get back, we're going to cover MXW, MX2 and MX3 and then call it a night.
Yeah.
We hope you're enjoying the show. Here at Mental4Moto, we can only do what we do because of the sponsors who support us. So please stay tuned for a couple of brief ads and make sure you show these legends some love.
Are you getting arm pump, fatiguing after just a few laps, or feel like you're often fighting against your bike? Today's motorcycles have been designed and built to suit a broad range of riders, conditions, and riding styles. This one-size-fits-all approach, however, means that when it comes to your own riding, your bike is often not handling and performing at its very best. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite-level racer, Fastline Suspension will help you unlock your riding potential by ensuring your bike is set up perfectly for your specific needs. And with the right setup, you're guaranteed to go faster, fatigue less, and ultimately have more fun riding your motorcycle. So what are you waiting for? Contact Adam at Fastline Suspension now. Fastline Suspension, set up for maximum performance, precision tuned for you.
There's nothing more refreshing after a day at the track when you're sweaty, grimy and exhausted than taking a dip in the pool. Southeast Pools specialise in building high-quality fiberglass and concrete swimming pools across the Peninsula and Gippsland region and offer a range of designs to suit every lifestyle, yard size and budget. So pick up that phone, give Trav at Southeast Pools a call today and be ready to take the plunge this summer.
Hero helmets have won over 125 motorcycling world titles with world-renowned superstars including Antonio Cairoli, Jeffrey Hurlings, Martin Muscan, even Jason Anderson. From the world stage right down to the grassroots motocross scene, Arrow is the title sponsor of the Gippsland Motocross Championships and even supports up-and-coming local legends such as Memphis Stravina and Zayn McIntosh. As one of the lightest and safest helmets on the market, when it comes to protecting my most important asset, I choose Arrow as well. To check out the range of Arrow helmets, head into your local dealer today or click the link below to visit the website.
At Mental4Moto, our mission is to give the unsung heroes of Aussie motocross a voice. From grassroots racing right through to the biggest events in the country, sharing the stories you won't hear anywhere else. From the privateer chasing the dream, to the junior rider who's pushing for their first win, the mechanic who works late into the night to get the bike ready for race day, to the track builder who turns a pile of dirt into a work of art. This is the beating heart of our sport. We're able to bring these stories every week to thousands of Aussie moto fans thanks to the generous sponsors who share our vision. If you're interested in the advertising packages that we have available, or just want to show your support, please check out our website, www.mental4moto.com, and we can tailor a package to suit your needs. Now, let's get on with the show.
All right, MX2 class. So top three, Lachlan Turner, Taylor McCutcheon in second, and Charlie Cannon rounding out the championship podium in third. So I'll start with you, Seth, again. Biggest surprise in this class, and the one I guess that didn't live up to expectations.
I mean, Charlie Cannon not coming first or second. I guess that's my biggest surprise. Obviously, with Lala being in there, she's a slight favourite over Charlie, but Charlie definitely had her battling with her for some motos, coming back and forward, but I didn't have her finishing the third in the championship, that's for sure. So Taylor did a good job at stepping up into that.
I think a big part of that was Charlie's DNF at Wonthaggi in round one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate.
Very. Had that have been in the
detached fuel line.
Oceania Cup one,
Yeah.
she would have been fine.
Yeah. That was, you're right. I hadn't even thought about it like that, but...
Yeah, because they done 4 motos or whatever?
Three.
Yep. And, yeah.
Yeah,
So had that been in the other moto?
I think some heads rolled over that as well. So, not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
All right, so biggest surprise then?
I'm not too sure. What do you think? What's your biggest surprise?
For me, I think, it's kind of sounds silly, but the biggest surprise was probably the dominance of Lachlan Turner. I wasn't quite expecting that, especially after, last year's Oceania Cup, where Charlie sort of waxed the field. And so I was kind of expecting Charlie to be pretty dominant again this year, especially on the Australian tracks.
Yeah.
And even like at Wonthaggi, I felt like Charlie was pretty competitive. And so for Lachlan to then sort of run away with it throughout the year, even in the US, just her ability to come from the back and pull a lead and gap was pretty surprising. Further down the field, Darcy Wally, I thought was a really big surprise. I think she stepped it up massively this year. And Mia Tung as well, as a privateer, she finished 7th overall in the championship. But she was way, way closer to those top girls than she has been in the past.
Yeah.
So they were, for me, the biggest surprises, I think, of the year. What about you, Baylin?
Yeah. Well, I think the undefeated's pretty cool. Like, that's a fair feat. You know, to not have any mistakes cost you. Well, there could be some, but to be able to
get taken out and then still get back up
Yeah.
and win.
yeah,
win,
that one.
yeah.
You know,
That's a
to
good
be on
effort.
top of it all the time. But even like what you said, I feel like Charlie had. It seemed like she had a lot more of an advantage here at home compared to what Lala could ride last year. So that was a big step for her to be able to just beat her outright everywhere.
Yeah. She's a phenomenal talent. I mean, she must weigh 45 kilos and, like, she's the size of, like, a grade 6 boy, really, and gets on a bike and absolutely rips, throws it round. Doesn't matter how rough the track gets. She's
Swinging off the limiter on it.
Yeah, like, it's pretty impressive. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, but the size of the person versus the size of the bike to do what she does, it's fucking pretty incredible.
I heard somewhere, it might have been her saying that she reckons her bike here in Australia is way more factory than the bike she has over in America.
Yeah, I heard that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her bike over there is pretty much a privateer bike.
But they gave her everything here though.
Yep.
Like that, they were loving it. The Bishop and all the Yamaha guys.
Yeah. No, that's very, very cool.
So I wonder if that plays a big part in her step up from last year's Oceanic Cup to this year.
Yeah.
So with, I guess, Charlie's, you know, being a bit of a surprise that she wasn't more dominant, do you put that down to just Lachlan being the better rider or Charlie carrying some injuries? Or, like, you know, what do you think that difference was caused by?
Oh, I think Lala, I suppose she looked a bit better this year and rode a bit better, but Charlie got a bit unlucky too. So you have to think about that.
But she didn't sort of really put up much of a challenge in the long run in any race.
Yeah, being injured, it's hard to keep competitive. Like, especially all the travel that they have done, the girls, from America and back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. To be fair, she did get Lala in one of the American motos.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. What about in terms of, like, riders that didn't meet their potential this year, Baylin? Like, was there anyone for you that sort of didn't
Look, I don't really look that far, but I feel like even the numbers there were good enough for the girls, I suppose, at most rounds.
Yep.
So that's a good thing for them to just fill up a gate a bit more. But I wouldn't. I don't really watch a whole moto of the girls as much.
Yep.
Nah, I don't know.
I think their racing this year was fucking unreal.
Yeah,
Like,
better.
jokes aside.
It was, yeah. Like, even Taylor was a bit more competitive with them too.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just them running away.
I guess the one for me in terms of potential versus outcome, which surprised me a little bit, especially after seeing her in the US, I thought Emma Milesevic would be closer to those top three. Like, running 5th, 6th, 7th in the US is no joke.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I just felt there was a bigger gap there than I was expecting before her. Like, she's ripping at the moment and riding unreal.
She rode really good at Broadford.
Yeah.
Even in the boys' class, like, she was in the mix, like, she was going really well.
But it just seems that like, the ProMX, she wasn't as competitive. I don't know.
Yeah. What did she finish in the season?
4th.
True. Well, I mean, that's pretty damn good. I remember one of the rounds. I can't quote it on if it applied for all of the rounds in America, but I was looking at the lap times, and, like, they were really far off Charlie and Lala, like, more than I would expect for her level. I don't know whether it might just be the rougher conditions that she doesn't prefer, or I'm not sure what might have been added up there.
So maybe that gap's always been there. It was just a little bit more noticeable over here.
The gap that I saw, I feel like just shouldn't exist to Emma's skill level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's a lot better rider than what that lap time is showing compared to Charlie. I feel like that gap shouldn't be as big.
But is it just testament to, like, how good
A factory, well, them two are the only factory people in that class.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, that separates a lot.
Yeah.
So you reckon the bikes have a bit to do with it?
Oh, it'd have to do a lot, and having people around you, like, it's just Emma and Andy that do it.
Yep.
Like, but, you know, Charlie's got the whole truck. She's got Kyle, Alex, the Kingsfords, and Crawford now. Like, you know, they got all the experience to back off and talk about and, change things.
That's true. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Was Emma racing the 2-stroke all year? Or no?
No, she was on a 4-stroke.
4-stroke? She
Yeah.
was? True. Oh, I don't get time to watch it when I'm at the track because I'm racing. I'm normally getting ready for my moto, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, I think she only had the 2-stroke at the Vix.
Yeah. Well, that's when I've been able to watch most of her races, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, like I said, she's absolutely ripping. So I'm not taking anything away from her. I just felt like there was a gap there that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other takeaways from the MXW class? No. Charlie in the US, you reckon she can bring it home?
What do they have left? Are they
One more.
doing just one? Is that the last?
How many more rounds are left?
2 rounds.
Oh, no, they've got 2 then.
Oh, they're doing both.
Yep.
And then are they doing SMX this year or not?
No, the women don't do SMX.
No, I thought they were bringing that in.
Oh,
I've got no idea.
I don't know.
I didn't know if that was this year or not.
Don't know. That must be new. I got to look into that.
I thought
that would be good for them.
They were pretty happy that they had an opportunity,
Yep.
to start because they don't have any Supercross kind of.
That'd be really cool for the women's motocross. That'll be their first step into kind of that Supercross, just to see what they can do.
At least
That'd
I
be
thought
sick.
so.
Yeah.
It could be a big bump steer, but
Well, hopefully. I mean, that would be pretty cool. And
yeah,
I think with Mela Herrick and
yeah, she had a good race. Hey,
what's the other one? What's the other chick? Older Jordan Jarvis. Yeah. I was trying to. like Jarvis. Jordan Jarvis. With Jordan Jarvis. Yeah, it's Jordan Jarvis.
yeah, I reckon.
Now-
she
now
does
it's
enduros,
fun.
doesn't she?
What's that?
She does enduros. That's like her background.
No,
the
moto
other
races.
one-
No, she's a former WMX motocross champion, and she was, I think, one position off qualifying for a Supercross. Like, she's one of the few women
Oh, really?
in the US that can rip Supercross as
righto.
well. Like
There's
a couple of years ago.
I had no idea.
There's
about
the other one that rides a Honda though, KK or whatever.
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Michaela
She-
Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson, that's one.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few of those girls I think that would do pretty good in
Yeah,
SMX. So
Be
hopefully
interesting to see,
it isn't a bum steer.
yeah, could be bad.
Yeah, everyone's going, oh yes, it's happening. And then it's be like, nah, it's just something Baylin made
Not
up on
bad.
some podcast.
Yeah.
See if the phone says anything.
All right, while you're looking that up, all right, we'll go to MX2. Your man, Alex Larwood,
Yeah,
stomping home with the championship over Cade Kingsford. Now, when we came into the season and in our pre-season show, I would have had, if I had to pick these two the other way around, in the sense that raw speed is what Larwood had and consistency is what Cade Kingsford had. Larwood had 3 perfect rounds where he went 1-1 versus, Cade having 1.
Yeah.
But Larwood had a couple of rounds that
yeah,
didn't go to
his
plan.
way, 100%.
And I wouldn't have picked that. If I had to pick that before the season, I would say that Cade would be like winning more and then shitting the bed in some
Yeah.
races.
Yeah, first year in the class kind of thing.
And consistency would get Larwood a championship if he was going to win it.
I suppose it did still get him it because he was the most consistent guy. But I wouldn't have really even put Cade on for as many moto wins as he had.
Really?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought that Byron and Walsh would have had a moto win for sure before him. Especially a little earlier in the season. But, he rode. It was unreal this year. He broke his collarbone in the
Oh, he's an animal.
Wednesday before Gilman.
Yep.
He proved that he can do it. So, I didn't really know if he could show it this year, first year, moving up. A lot to learn, but he done it. So,
Yeah. I think, the sky is his ceiling.
100%.
Yeah, with his attitude and his drive, he's got a chip on his shoulder. There's absolutely no doubt that he wants to win. And even when we were taking the podium photos, and I've said this before on the podcast, anything short of going 1-1, and sometimes even going 1-1, if it wasn't in the manner that he wanted, he wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a real surprise. I think that it played out the way that it did, but Larwood's dominance and that speed, you train with these boys, I didn't see that coming.
Nah, 100%. Like some days he would mix it up with Jed and Kyle.
Really?
Like, yeah, some quality days he had, some of them boys would stick it with the 450. Like, it's impressive. They have the 250 class is in a great spot at the minute.
I agree. Yeah. And whereas not traditionally, but whereas historically, I think it's been not a weak class, but the weakest of the three classes. Like Larwood this year was just a different cat.
Yeah, I just think it's just in the right spot where everyone is on the rise. No one's really injured this year.
Yep.
Walsh had a little bit to learn, so maybe hopefully he's a bit better next year, but everyone was like healthy and ready to go, I suppose.
I mean, watching you guys train, especially at PBI, like pre-season, I did have Walsh as being the champion for this year. Every time I saw him ride, I was like blown away. People in the car park would ask me like, who's that guy? I'm like, that's Dylan Walsh, where's he from? So in terms of riders that maybe didn't reach their potential, it's hard to say because I think he was, third in the championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, his raw speed that I saw in practice and training, I don't know, I didn't see as much on race day.
Yeah, it's hard to pick. Like, he probably, at the start of the season, he probably should have been the guy to win it.
Yeah.
And be consistent and, like he's got the most experience in that class and he should have been there. But, yeah, at PBI, he rips that joint.
So it's just that joint?
He loves a bit of PBI action. Like,
yeah.
They were calling him Wednesday, so his nickname's...
Wednesday Walsh.
Yeah, Wednesday Walsh. So, we go to PBI on a Wednesday and he's out-qualified Jed there before.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what makes... Like, our training tracks are different to the racetrack every time, but, whether he's just not comfortable or...
Just that raw speed.
Yeah, he loves it when there's nothing there.
Sounds like me.
PBI.
Yeah. So, any surprises for you? Like, I guess this class had the biggest diversity in terms of the finishes. All right, we've just heard from Seth. So they are racing SMX next year?
Breaking news. They are racing the last round of SMX this year. It's September 26th.
The last round?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
That's really cool. I had no idea.
No, watch this.
I reckon
Cade
was still a surprise, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't quite think that, but even the JPM guys went well this year. They put a good foot forward for Cowie.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Matic Dixon's unreal.
Yeah,
but he was unreal before he went to JPM. Like
Canberra, that is.
Yeah, I love watching him.
Canberra,
always.
he was hooking.
Yeah. But just the way he throws a bike around, he's got a wicked style. Like he's always fun to watch.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, he's a good bloke. And then the other guys, Jace had unreal last 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, good starts. So
what happened to Fergo? Just Fergo'd it?
Where's that?
In MX2. Just in general for the whole season.
I think that's just Fergo. I feel like the Beans boys are on it. Like that. I reckon that Alex he ran 6th for half a moto in America. So I think their pace is just that good at the minute.
Yeah.
I feel like Fergo has the speed at some of those tracks though. At Conondale.
Well, he did. He won a moto. It happened, didn't he?
Yeah.
The overall or just a moto?
At Conondale, when he went down early, dude, he was ripping through the pack. I was watching him and he looked unreal. Like, he looked so good.
Was that the one he done his front brake?
I got no idea, but I just know he was coming through the pack.
He hasn't won one.
Just a moto win.
Just a moto. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the mud. That's right. Yeah, yep.
But I just think that them guys are on it.
It's the beaten thing. It's
yeah, just about.
Yeah. No, it's the Baylin degree. That's what's giving him the extra speed.
So what's your excuse, mate?
Yeah. What about Haruki? Top finishing privateer this year?
Yeah. Oh, he that massive effort from him this year. Like, he is just... It's such an effort for him, He's such a small guy and doing it with Haruka, it's a crazy setup and it works.
Who's bigger out of Lala and Haruki? They're going to be pretty similar in size.
It'd have to be close. I'd nearly put it on Lala.
Yep.
But he stands up and he's sitting down.
His butt is 2 inches from the seat, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I get bucked and my ass is about a metre from the seat. I can't imagine when he hits a fucking decent
And
buck.
now he's got to go and ride a 450 at Nations.
Oh, what?
Damn.
Yeah. Nah, that is impressive. I mean, when I get the start line photos, like most of the time he's standing next to the bike. He's not even on it. So, I mean, for him to be able to ride at that level, I mean, that's so impressive because his butt is barely off the seat, like no joke.
100%.
Yeah. Even I'm sure he's probably got his foot pegs maybe.
He does, I believe so. He's got to raise.
Yeah, you'd have to.
On the brake pedal too.
Yep.
You know, he's got to
seat chop out.
Yeah.
You'd have to. I mean, so to do what he does is pretty friggin' awesome and be competitive, you know, at that level is
Crazy.
All right. So was there anyone in this class, I guess, that, you know, stuck out to you, good, bad, otherwise? I think I could go through this whole field and
you could talk about everyone.
Yeah. Yep. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm a bit confusing by the season switch of Reece Budd.
Yep.
I don't know, never really heard much about it, but I thought he would have had that little bit more at the start of the year. Like,
I think it was for the better going 450.
Yeah,
His results are better.
I know a bit more about this because I've spoken to the team and him.
Yeah, but
this.
why didn't he start on the 450?
He didn't want to.
Oh, right.
They wanted him to be on the 450.
Yeah.
And he felt like he had unfinished business.
Righto.
On the 250.
So he's expecting a bit more in the 250.
I think so.
Yeah.
But his team saw his potential on the 450.
Yeah. Yeah, because even the double class at Canberra, that's a big effort. That
and he did awesome. What did he get, 6th or something like that? Like
top 10 in both classes.
That's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. What is that like? Probably 2 hours of riding.
Yeah,
over a day. That's pretty full on.
Oh yeah, not just riding. That's motos.
Yeah,
proper.
Yeah, racing at the highest level
on probably the worst track of the season.
Yeah. True. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And I guess even his effort moving up to MX1 and being pretty much straight in the mix of some very, very competitive guys as a privateer. Yeah, that was pretty solid. And I mean, for him though, having spent a little bit of time around that team, I think that atmosphere and that environment is just perfect for him. Like, his focus now is his family and his kid, and they are every part of his race day. Yeah, you know, for him now, they're involved all day long, and in between motos, he's mucking around with his kid, and you know, it's not all just about him and racing. And I think that sort of it's working for him.
Yeah, no pressure, just goes to have some fun, tries his best.
Yeah, and spend the day with your family, like.
Yeah, win-win.
Yeah, his dad's his mechanic. It's just, it's all good. You know about that, don't you? Both of you boys?
I don't know. I don't know his dad.
Oh, no, you don't actually. Yeah, you got Dan.
He wouldn't do that.
Dan the man. Your dad wouldn't mechanic for you?
He's done it. The first year we done it, maybe he was in there, but no pit board, just a thumbs up or the thumbs down. Mainly the thumbs down or the hands in the air. You know, there was a bit going on.
Bro, I only just bought Dad a pit board in Queensland. Before that, there was no pit board. And there'd either be nothing or there'd be a thumbs up.
But sometimes you don't want a pit board from the dad.
Nah, full on.
Not
like when I was trying last year, they gave him a pit board to mechanic for me. Come around like second lap in Supercross or something. Just a big question mark on the pit board. I'm like, oh yeah, that's helpful. Thanks, mate.
Sometimes you don't need their insight.
No input. Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah. Oh, all right. On that note, just we'll digress just for a minute. But you got Danger Dan.
Yeah,
Dan the man.
Dan the man.
Yep. As your mechanic. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's his background? Were you guys just mates? How did that all come about?
Yeah, well, he's just a good bloke, really. So he used to do it with Foxes.
Yep.
So he was Oscar's mechanic, and then Oscar just got injured flat out too much, and Dan loves it, so he kept coming, and then I was the next one in line, I suppose. Just robbed him off, and then he just loves it. He loves every bit about motorbikes, so, it's easy.
Yep. Does he throw a leg over a bike himself?
On the occasion, he gets out to PBI.
Yep.
Yep, rips it up a little.
Oh, nice.
but not too often. Nah.
Yeah.
Not at the minute, anyways.
Yeah. No, that's unreal. All right, we'll go back to Seth.
Bedtime.
Turn your phone off, dude.
Yeah, bedtime, you know.
Jeez, disgraceful. You're recording a podcast right now. You're off the payroll.
I got a book me presentation for the VIX.
Oh, yeah, you got to buy your ticket.
Yeah, because I'm that factory. I actually made it this year, you know. Last one I went to was 2017.
You haven't got a PA to do that for you?
No.
No. All right. What about Seth Birchall?
Yeah, that was impressive, actually.
Yep. Good season for him. Reed Taylor.
Yeah, that's a bit confusing.
Yeah.
It's a bit very confusing.
Very confusing. He did good on the Honda, though.
Yeah, I think that,
Give him that.
The Hondas, I suppose, are an easier bike to ride. Like, just the way that their geometry and stuff in the frame, and that makes it a bit softer and easy to turn, and stuff like that makes it, easier just to go out there. Well, obviously, compared to the steel frame, he was struggling.
You reckon that's what it was?
Well, you could put it down to that, but he's had heaps of problem with the Husky. He's always got the bike problem, or there's something going on at that T-Dub team. There's always something going on. They've always got something, but I don't know. It's hard to, I don't talk to him, so, you only know what you know.
I don't think he talks to that many people, to be honest.
No, he's quite quiet.
Yeah. He runs his own program. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was pretty surprising. I did hear, everyone sort of talks about that being a privateer program, but I've heard that bike is pretty good. The engine work is
Yeah, I remember
pretty good.
watching the moto back at QMP, and it was like, Lee was like, oh yeah, he's out there on what looks to be a stock Honda, with stickers on it.
Yeah.
And I was pitted next to him looking at it like, whoa.
There's nothing
As
stock
far
about
from
it.
stock as it gets, really.
Yeah.
It's a privateer.
Yeah.
Got the coated forks, the done-up engine, exhaust, all this other stuff. It's like, well, plastics don't make it stock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that he hasn't got a semi next to him doesn't make the bike stock either. So, nah, for sure. Oh, so as far as this whole class goes, what do you reckon is going to happen next year? Is Cade going to be stepping it up? Is Alex going to sort of assert his dominance? Does Cade go to the US? Is Walshy going to be better? How do you see this class evolving?
I suppose.
Is that Baylin Townsend guy going to be on the podium next year?
Wouldn't that be nice? Nah, I suppose it depends what happens to Supercross. See how everyone goes and how they track, and then who's here, because there's a lot of talent, obviously. So there's a lot of option to go to America or Europe. Or
do you see any of this class stepping up to MX1?
Oh, I feel like it's very young at the minute. So the next step is probably overseas. It's not really, at the minute, I don't really see MX1 as being the next step up. But, I feel like that makes our MX1 class, weaker, I suppose, because maybe it just looks weak because of how much is in MX2, but there's no cap or whatever, or anyone can race MX2.
Yep.
But it probably shouldn't be like that. To have MX1 the premier class.
So what are you suggesting?
I don't know, but everywhere's got an age gap or a championship cap or something to push you up into that. But Wilson Toddy won 4 titles or whatever.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah,
get them up and then make that MX1 class more prestigious.
Yep. So what do you think the cutoff should be? An age? Obviously, definitely a championship cutoff. Maybe 2 championships in MX2, and you've got to go up. What about age-wise?
Age, it seems difficult, with America and stuff, because, some people are really young and then they win early, or they, get riddled with injuries and then they're trying to race and then they, kind of lose their spot because they now got to go to 450 or whatever. So I don't know.
So what are your thoughts then on the argument that, someone in MX2 these days, and this, I guess, applies to both in America and in Australia, can make a career out of racing MX2, kind of like Wilson Todd did, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really think that should be it. If that's the premier, MX1's the title, so that's what the best should be in. But if you can just race MX2 forever, then it's not really how that works, is it?
It's not.
Yeah, I reckon there should be at least a championship, dig out. You shouldn't be able to win 4 titles, no way. If you should win one and be able to have a year to back it up, and if you don't, I feel like you should be out.
Well, I mean, there's ways that you can, I guess, do that too, so it happens organically, and that's by having a pay limit for MX2 and a purse limit. Like if you put the majority of MX2's purse up into MX1, it takes away that incentive to race MX2 other than it being a development class.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And then, obviously, it adds prestige to MX1 because there's more money from first two down the field to win.
Yeah.
If you can cut the mustard.
If you can do it, yeah.
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 So, yeah. Anyway, we could solve all the world's problems in
We
this
could
podcast.
behind here.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep this thing moving. Was there anyone else in MX2 that, I think was a surprise, maybe privateer effort?
Oh, you touched on Birchall, but I think he done really well. He was in for motoed in a podium position for a little bit there, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's really stepped it up.
I was surprised too, I guess, at how competitive he was. I've always been a big fan of Seth.
But he continued it, like it wasn't just a one-off.
And he got
whatever.
better as the year went on.
He built and kept in it.
Yeah. And I mean, for a guy that at one stage after winning the SX3 Supercross Championship didn't have a ride lined up for the following year to, for WBR to, go above and beyond and make a ride for him. And now him to be, with a Monster Energy WBR ride.
Yeah, well, it'd be funny for him not to be at the Yamalube next year.
Yeah.
I feel like Sawyer didn't really step up to what he was supposed to be, kind of. He was, I suppose, it's big difference going to a different country to race too, so.
Totally, yeah.
But, he had a good moto at Gilman, did he? I feel like he might have had a top 5 result there.
Top 5, I'm just looking at the points. I don't know. Top 5 might be a stretch. The most points he scored at any one round was 24 points. So
that's just short of a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been Gilman because then I reckon he crashed in the first corner or something, the second moto.
Which round was Gilman?
Yeah, that rings
3.
a bell. I know one moto he crashed earlier.
So Seth Birchall got 25 points at Gilman versus Suya's 24. So Seth still beat him there.
Yeah.
I
don't remember him running up there much at all.
No.
I reckon.
I feel like that was a bit of a bold pick for Yamaha.
Yeah. Well, that really their goal was to win it with that. Like, you're not bringing someone from Japan just to, get top 5s or whatever.
So
I wonder what
Conondale was the only round that Suya finished above Seth overall.
Yeah,
all
right.
season.
And Seth, I think he might have had a crash too that round.
So yeah. That's
I think if you're going to all that effort to get a bike and set it up for an international rider, they're here to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is
at least be close to.
I wonder what made him think it was going to be close.
Yeah, but it's always hard to judge how fast they actually are. Like, they could look really good at home and then bring them here, and it's...
Oh, but the tracks are different. The bikes are different.
Tracks,
the
bikes.
competition's different. It's I think until they're here, it is hard to tell how they're going to go. It's the same way like when we bench race with Kyle and Jed going to the US or Larwood. Like,
you never know until they're in the moto.
Yep. I mean, when Connolly first went over, I was like, he's going to beat the world, but it's taken him time to get...
The world beat him for a fair bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
Finally broken out, though.
Yeah. What about Ryan Alexanderson before he obviously stepped up to Empire? What were your thoughts on his racing?
Did good at Canberra, I remember that.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
very
he
good.
did too, yeah. Yeah. I feel like he was pretty quiet, though, before that. Like, what did he get overall at Watagi?
He was down at 20 points, so definitely down the pecking order. Yeah, maybe fringe of top 10.
What round did he go up?
Round 5 he went up, so he spent the second half of the season.
Crash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, but then he rode pretty well on the 450.
He did.
So, yeah, I feel like a pretty big difference to, like, step and change bike mid-season.
I feel like there was a bit of a difference in his whole personality after he stepped up as well.
Yeah, I think he's done a fair bit of 450 riding.
Yep.
Like, I over in Europe and stuff too when he was there. So I think it wasn't his first time on a 450, that's for sure. I think he has ridden it better before too. So I feel like he's got a bit of experience.
Does he stay at Empire and does he stay on the 450?
I suppose so. There's who's next?
I feel like Ferris is done.
You think he's done?
I don't know. You come back again.
He's on the John Farnham tour, so you just never know.
He just make up his mind the year before, the year of.
He'll come back when he's 40.
Yeah. I spoke to him before the crash at Toowoomba on the Saturday, and I asked him, because I had heard rumours that he was looking for a team manager, crew chief role, and I asked him straight up, and he said that actually wasn't true. He just was coming back to ride and race, and that he was still hungry. So I don't know if after Toowoomba that hunger's still there, but ostensibly, if he's feeling good and he's healthy and he still thinks he can be competitive and he has proven that he is the guy that can get up amongst Webster and beat.
Yeah, we kind of didn't really get to see everything. Like he had a good run at the first few rounds. Yeah. Yeah,
Gilman he got up there and
he was kind of going to be the guy to break up that party of Jed and Cole.
And unfortunately, we never got to see him on the tracks that he excels at, like the Appin and the Toowoomba type tracks, those clay, hard pack type tracks. So
I don't think Appin would have been good for him this year.
No.
It was way too wet.
But, I mean, that year in, I think it was 23, 24.
Yeah.
He dominated, absolutely dominated.
Actually, you're not wrong with that.
That year.
That was hot, but it was a muddle because they overwatered it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he was like the only guy jumping. Some of those the jumps that year were huge, and he was the only guy getting over him. I think Croft was probably the only one who was having a crack and coming up short, but Ferris was unbelievable.
He might actually been all right then, thinking of that.
I suppose it depends how comfortable he is, because he's, if he's a little scared, then that shuts him down a fair bit.
Yeah. I don't think if you're riding with any apprehension, you're going to be competitive with Jed and Kyle.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't matter who you are. Yeah. All right. Last one, MX3. Hayden Draper, Riley Burgess, Seth Morrow. 2 privateers on the podium in what is probably the most crazy competitive class in the ProMX Championship. But, all right, start with you, Seth.
Seth Morrow coming out near the end and just winning everything.
Last 6 races.
Yeah. He looked good doing it too.
I don't know, maybe they found some ADHD medicine or something with him, because he went from, looking on the edge to those last 3 races, last 6 motos, just looking like he could do that every day, all day.
Maybe he just believed he could do it.
Jet Lawrence style.
Remember we were speaking here after Tralgan, and we're like, it's been 6 different winners for 6 different rounds. Who's the last 2 going to be? And we're trying to pick out different names. We're thinking who it was. And he just comes out and wins all those 4 motos.
Yeah. And super nice kid too.
Great guy.
Yeah. But that was just, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Nah, you wouldn't. But there was no one there to really pick, like there was Kingsford last year, Kingsford and Woodsy last year. Like this year, it was it could be anyone's.
Yep. Yeah. What about Riley Burgess? Did you see that coming?
I don't know. He was good last year, so
he was really good.
He started real strong this year.
Yep.
And even he led the last moto, so
podium Supercross at the end of last year.
Yeah, he was looking good. So off the privateer support too. So
yeah, that was that for me was really awesome. I mean, I'd spoken to Matt in the lead up to the season, and so Riley was sort of on my radar. But to finish second in the championship, that's a pretty good effort. And I think he had some bad luck through the championship as well.
He had a DNF at Traralgon.
Yeah, Traralgon, and just had a few other little things happen. But I think without that, with a more smoother championship, he could have actually
been very close.
Well, he could have competed for at least a few race wins as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool with these young.
But everyone competed for race engines.
Yeah.
There were 6 of them.
Yep.
Si-
Yeah.
7.
7
Yeah.
in the end.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yep. All right. Anyone else sort of stand out to you in this class?
Hayden Downey had a ripping round at Toowoomba.
And nearly repeated it.
The
Traralgon.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah. Came
That's
out of nowhere.
crazy. And just won, like the whole shot and just lead the whole thing.
Well, he Seth Morrowed it basically. He
Yeah.
just made it look easy.
But yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Job, as soon as he got some momentum, always knew he had the speed for it. Like last year, he didn't get any crazy MX3 results. And then this year, at Traralgon, he got that second overall. And as soon as he started getting that momentum from the start, it was putting in consistently good results. And his riding's really stepped up this year too.
And he's the only junior. So,
Yeah.
only junior to podium in the MX3 class. All year.
Well, even that riders ride at Traralgon was
Ryder Matthews Taylor.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yep.
Just to pass Jack, he was supposed to be a pretty solid rider for the championship, and he just passes him on the last lap. You know? Like he made it look pretty easy, really.
Well, I guess for me, that then brings up the rider that I thought I had him pegged for winning the championship this year, and that's Devo.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I do not know. He's just. I think he was in his head a lot.
Yep.
But you can't put it. I don't know. Like he was.
Was he putting too much pressure on himself?
Yeah, it looked like it would just all fall apart.
I think, he was just... But, like, the difference from Wonthaggi to Canberra, like, I don't see what went wrong or what changed there from the 2-1 or 1-1 or whatever into the 27.
Yeah.
But, like
That's a big difference. But he also trains with you boys there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Nah, but, like, he trains unreal. He was definitely my pick for the championship, but anything can happen.
When he trains with you guys, like through the season, was he like training really well, and then the race day 3-4 days later or whatever it was, just not performing? Like, was that so? He was still going good and healthy and ripping during training right up to race day.
Yeah, well, especially at the start of the year, he was training really well, and then while at Wonthaggi and continued to train well, but then, Canberra kind of got him, like stumped him, and he was a bit confused, and so he lost a little bit of speed just because he was confused, and then it happened.
Confidence, you mean?
Yeah, and confidence, but it happened again, and then that's probably what killed it, killed all of the confidence, because he just thought it was... something went wrong, not his weekend, but then he couldn't do it again. So, that kind of shut him down. But, and then he, he bought his practice bike from home, nowhere near as fast or as worked up as his race bike to Traralgon, and then that was the second best round of the year for him.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put it on what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope, I think he's got all the potential in the world.
Yeah.
So I just hope, he finds that confidence again. And
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to, as far as you know, continue training with the Beaton's Pro Formula guys?
Yeah, well, I think he's pretty hurt at the minute.
Yep.
So,
of course.
That Conondale got him. So I think he was stuck in Queensland for a little bit of the hospital there, but I think he's still keen to keep going and learn it.
Yep.
Keep improving.
No, well, hopefully, we see that. What about riders that other riders maybe didn't reach the potential in this class? Was there anyone that you can think of?
I think everyone had their shot, really.
Yeah, it's always chaos. It's always right up and down, and
Everyone was all over the shop like always.
Yeah. Jackson Fuller never really had a race. I definitely thought he could have had a moto or two at the last 2 rounds.
Yep.
Especially after Gilman, he was solid. He was 2-2 just behind Heath.
Yeah.
That was 2 standout rides from both of them boys, and they never really had much to support it.
Yeah. I chatted with him at Traralgon before the race, and he was pretty keen to go out there. He was pretty hungry to go out there and smash it. And, yeah, again, like you said, unfortunately, it just didn't sort of click and
Jackson.
come together. Yeah, sorry, what did I say?
Oh, no, I just said Heath and Jackson. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Jackson Fuller.
Yeah. That was who I was talking about.
Who did I say?
I don't know. No, you didn't say anyone, so I was making sure you were talking about the same person I was talking about.
All right, I'm all confused now. Yeah, what about Heath Fisher, though?
Yeah, that was very impressive from the 1-1. Like, I don't know, just it's the whole year for them guys.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying the same thing, but that's what it was,
Yeah, about different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the one round, and then, you kind of struggle to find it again, or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty young as well himself.
Yeah, well, and he's come back from America and the Team Green, and then he had I believe he knocked himself out before Trelgan, so that kind of slowed down his second half.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be good to see his progress, especially if he stays with the Honda team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be good. I think the Honda team structure is going to change a bit next year from what I understand. Urief is going to cut back to about 5 primary riders on the factory Honda team.
He wouldn't do that.
For a moto?
No, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. He could say that, but he'd end up signing every man and their dog.
Well, my understanding is they're going to have some support teams that feed
like
into
the
that.
Pro Honda.
Yeah, Pro Honda and maybe another one as well. So, Blake Bohannon, last 2 rounds, racing MX3 on the 125. He's 13. You got an exemption to race that. Is that a success or not?
I mean, did get KO'd. Wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I did see that video actually.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
How
But
did
in
he do
terms
it?
of the result, the way he rode, how competitive he was.
It was competitive, which was good to see. I can't remember what he finished up at Conondale, though. Was it around like the 20th mark, or was it further up?
No, I don't think he scored points at Conondale.
No, I think because then he DNF'd the second moto.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even he's got heaps of potential.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, just to qualify on a 125 in that class is pretty impressive. But he is an 85cc world champion as well, so got to factor that in. He's younger than pretty much anyone else in that field.
Does that mean the MX3 class is pretty quick right now if a world champion 85 kid can't even get a point?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, got points at QMP, but yeah, I get what you're sort of saying. I think the MX3 class is super fast at the moment.
Yeah.
I think some of those guys would be able to fit in pretty well in MX2 and cause some problems for Baylin, Townsend and
100%. You up the age back of MX3.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Keep it back there. Yeah, don't let him in.
No, even there's a lot of juniors coming up. Seth Thomas he had a few good rides.
Yeah,
he's
he
unreal.
did.
Yeah.
Bit of
He's
bad
really
luck,
good.
but he was just there.
He had a stock bike at Wani from memory. I remember walking past the pits. And
He actually broke his wrist 3 weeks before that, and then lined up. Like that was, we didn't think he was going to be there. He broke at training, and then he was there. So that was, not much prep for the year.
I
Do you
think
know
he's
much
got
of-
a massive future
Did
as
you know
well.
much about his bike? Because I remember at Wani, I walked past his bike and his setup. It looked like it was just dead stock.
No, I did have headwork and stuff done to it.
It didn't
It's
even have
just-
a pipe on it, no forks, nothing.
Yeah, no, they rather run they run all the
stock
stock
pipe.
stuff. Yeah, stock pipe.
It's just a stealth. It's a sleeper. Yeah. Inside,
Yeah. You
it's
see that guy
worked to
pull
the
the whole
shit.
shots?
Yeah. That doesn't happen on a stock bike.
Nah, he weighs probably 40 kilos, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think you could say that about quite a few of those MX3 kids.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a few that are on the small side.
If
All
I
right,
was-
before we wrap it up, Australian Supercross Championship, World Supercross, it's all sort of happening. Seth, you came in with some news just been announced with Australian Supercross, a couple of riders on Ducatis.
Yeah. Ducati just dropped the race in the 450 class. There's 2 riders they're putting on board, Matt Moss and Dylan Woods.
Dylan Wheels. Dylan who?
Wills.
Wheels. One more time.
And Dylan Wills.
Thoughts?
It's cool to see Dylan Wills get a ride. I'm sure he's stoked on that. Mossy coming back. How old is he now?
About 57.
I wonder how he'll go. He's been a bit hit or miss in the past as of recent, but time will tell, I guess. So
Still a good option for a new team like that. Like
100%.
He's been everywhere. He's raced all over the world, all different bikes.
Yeah. And he's a big name, and he's someone
he's got a lot to offer.
And he can run up there when he puts it together.
I agree with both of you, and I love watching Mossy, so this isn't like any Mossy hate. But for me, with the seasons that he's had in the last probably 3 years, where he's either going to, win or explode.
There's some other options out there,
That is...
Either way, it's good
there's upcoming people like Rogers, Lazinski rides Supercross really well.
Yeah, he did really good last year.
For a new team, experience.
Liam Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of riders, I think, that have that potential.
Yeah, but even for them to pick someone that they could build into a Ducati rider could be a good start. But they got Brett there. He knows a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that balance between developing the bike and developing the team and the rider.
Yeah,
and I would have thought with Brett Metcalf at the helm, they've got all the experience they need, and I would love to have seen them put... And Wilsey's got some experience too. He's been around for a long time. I don't know, I would have loved to have seen them put some... Or given an opportunity, would be a better way to frame it, to one of those riders that maybe has the potential but hasn't got a factory ride.
Yeah, Moss is someone that can get a podium or a good race, whereas if you put one of the privateers up, then that's something that they can prove, and they got that little bit more hunger because they still need to prove it.
Yeah.
Where Mossy's he's just out there doing what he does.
He's on the Mossy program.
Yeah. He could potentially help set up the bike though. Obviously having so much experience racing throughout the years, he might be decent at setting up a bike and helping put the other riders in a better step in for the future of the team. Maybe. But just putting that out there.
I don't know. I just don't see... I think that is already like a quite aged team when you look at it. How much potential does Wilsey have in 2, 3, 4 years? Like, he might do well for a year or two.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's sort of towards the tail end of his career.
But it's the first kick-off for them in the stadium, so maybe they just kind of find their feet and then chase something, or... you never really know their plan. Yeah.
I mean, we're only a couple of months out, and none of the teams at the time of recording have really announced who they've got riding and what the program's going to be. But before we wrap this up, who are your sort of picks for the Australian Supercross Championship this year based on what we know?
Is Dino racing?
And hang on, I need to clarify. So the Australian Supercross Championship.
Yeah, or is this...
Not the AusX Championship, because we know that a whole bunch of riders aren't racing Townsville. So Townsville isn't part of the Australian Supercross Championship. So
that's AusX.
Yep. So let's just say rounds 2 to 4, the Australian Supercross Championship, because we know that CDR are going to be racing that, Beaton's going to be racing that. So let's include those guys in this question. Yeah. Who is your picks?
2 to 4. What about round 5?
Sorry, 2 to 5.
I thought New Zealand wasn't a part of it.
It is.
It is now.
It's the first round of the Australian Supercross Championship.
Start off strong,
Go figure. Yeah.
Run and broke.
Yeah. Seth's already tried to get me cancelled about this, Baylin, so we're not going down this rabbit hole again.
Oh, I got Dino winning. Last year,
again.
He was just so much quicker than everyone else. He hit a gap like every single race. And then Cedric was like that next guy, and then I feel like the rest of the pack would kind of follow behind that. But yeah, Dino, for sure. I've got him winning.
I'd like to see an Aussie win it. I think the level's risen enough here for either Jed, Kyle, or Tanny, or, if Luke come back.
Well, Kyle's not going to be racing Supercross.
But yeah, no, he's out actually. Luke, anyone that's here.
Yeah. So I did hear a rumour about Luke that he might be on a different colour bike.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can find his feet. And, he was the guy to mix it up with him last year, so he nearly had everyone cheering for him. So,
can Luke consistently be competitive with Dean Wilson?
Oh, look, I think Dean Wilson's got a lot on at the minute. So he's kind of, you wouldn't put it past someone to doing that much travel to muck up or have a mistake here or there. You know, he's all over the joint, Brazil and America, and
He was pretty unbelievable here last year, though.
yeah.
He's also coming off so much Supercross riding all year. I mean, Luke Cloud obviously just did the American season too, but that's definitely Dino's advantage that he's just riding it all year. But Luke Cloud has got that opportunity this year.
Yeah, and Dino's getting a bit older too, so
Mm.
a lot of things to consider.
Jed Beaton?
Yeah, he's going to have a crack, but, you know, they got a month turnaround from nations to Aussies to Supercross.
That's a month. That's ages, dude.
3 weeks, man. That's
Remember
12
what I
days.
did in 3 weeks?
True, yeah.
It wasn't good.
It's 12 days.
Oh, mate, you improved heaps, yeah. Definitely improved heaps. Yeah. I wasn't worried about you dying after, the first couple of rounds. That's you
Oh, so
improved
you were
enough.
at the start.
A little bit, maybe. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, like, the way Jed rode at the end of 24, when I think he was, third?
Yeah.
At AusX, he was unreal that year.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he picked it up very quick. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I reckon
Hopefully an Aussie can...
Jed could be a bit of a
can
sleeper.
hold for the
I definitely
championship.
see potential for Jed to be as good as Clout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether those guys can bridge that gap to Dino if Dino's as good as he was last year.
Yeah.
So that for me is the question mark.
Is Dylan Walsh going to be 250 or 450?
250.
50,
Last
yeah.
year he did 450.
Yeah. So he didn't like the bike at all last year, was
No.
it? No. So that was his first time on a European 450.
True.
So, and now I don't know, he's a bit more confident. He's a bit more,
Because he was on a Cowie in the US, wasn't he?
yeah. Mainly 250 there too. So, you know, he's a lot more settled here now and, you know, he's kind of got his feet down. So he's a bit more confident in himself this year.
But he is on a Euro bike.
Yeah,
So
still
same
KTM
team.
250, yeah.
That'd be cool. He definitely is he's going to mix that up pretty good
Yeah,
in the
hopefully.
250 class then.
Yeah. I'd like to I think Honda will have it though. Between Alex and the Kingsford brothers.
Yep.
You know, Alex picked it up unreal last year too. It was kind of the one, but it depends who comes internationally as well. How well Lux can do if he comes over.
He is.
He is, so
Yep.
yeah.
He's racing for Yamalube. That's confirmed.
Yeah.
See how Tiger Wood is after his ACL.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an awkward conversation at the dinner table under the Honda tent with Larwood, Cade Kingsford and Ryder Kingsford at some of these rounds because I see those three as being like super close and super competitive when it comes to Supercross.
For sure.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, and I think Uribe is going to have his hands full. It's going to be like the McElrath, Thompson,
Yeah, Brody takeout.
Brody Connolly, environment all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he's got some experience
Yeah, that was funny.
with personalities. All right, well, I guess that's about it. We've been going for 2.5 hours.
Decent.
Plenty.
Not bad.
Yep. What do you think? First time in the Moto Asylum, Baylin?
That's unreal.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Will you
Plenty.
come? Will we get you back in?
Yeah, I'll be back in for another podcast.
Sick.
Yeah.
Seth?
After his Supercross debut.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could be. If it was a Marvel, I'm joking. Nah.
What are your odds of doing a Supercross race this year?
Oh, well, I got 4 days on the Supercross track, so
Yeah, but you've got
That's a start.
8 to 10 weeks till round one. Or take away Townsville, you got like 8 to 10 weeks till the rounds that we'd actually do.
And you're training with the best Supercross riders in the country.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Really want to go and train it, and then you're with the best, so you can see how you stack up. If you're going to go there and risk your life just to qualify, then maybe you think about it a bit more. Yeah.
That's the fun of it, but
That's my thought.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that I definitely see having watched Supercross, the last few years and seeing lots of riders race it for the first time, Seth, is that riding Supercross and racing Supercross
So different.
So different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last year at Redcliffe, there was a whole bunch of SX3 guys and 85 kids that you could see when they hit the Supercross track in anger.
Their first time.
In first time with other riders. A bunch of other riders were completely, out of their element, out of their comfort
But at
zone.
least having like a solid 85 kind of
Background.
Yeah, or like now it's there, an option to race an 85 on a Supercross track. Like when we had it, there was a little bit of that arena cross through COVID that didn't really work, but we don't have anything to build into it really.
I just went straight to the MX1 class, thrown in the deep end.
You're a bit big for an 85 though.
Yeah,
I reckon. Nah, I'd fit in, I reckon.
Yeah, that'd be you would have given Blake Bohannon some smoke last year, I reckon.
Oh, that 85.
I don't think you would have actually.
It wouldn't even have moved off the gate.
So Seth Jackson or Blake Bohannon. So Blake on the 85 and Seth Jackson on the 450.
Blake Bohannon any day.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up. So that brings us to the end of this episode. If you like these shows, you know the drill. Please like and subscribe and share to your stories so we can keep growing the sport and the Mental4Moto podcast. Massive thanks, Baylin and Seth, for coming in studio. It's been an absolute blast tonight. So, hopefully we can do it again.
No worries. Thank you, Pete.
And to our partners here at Mental4Moto, Fastline Suspension, Wolf Building Compliance, Southeast Pools, Iro Helmets, Ultimate Toy Haulers, and the August sponsor of the Mental4Moto Motocross and Supercross wall calendars, JT Plumbing. And most of all, thanks to you guys for listening. On behalf of Mental4Moto, I've been your host, Pete Wolf. Until next time, see ya.
Go